Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, or the universe, whatever it is that you believe in. Just make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe here to our YouTube channel. Most importantly, though, out of all of those steps, share the content. Share the content. I need you to share the content to your girlfriends, your cousins twice removed, Pookie that's in jail, that's your cousin, your brothers, your aunties, your uncles, your sisters. Ladies and gentlemen, just share the motherfucking content on your Twitter, your Facebook, your Snapchat, your TikTok, your Stacks account, all of that good stuff. Make sure that you let anyone and everyone know that we are live here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, and this is Rumboyz After Dark. That's right, never Stark. I'm coming live, hitting y'all with that power like Tony Stark. Ladies and gentlemen, what's the deal, Pickles? I hope that everything is kosher in your lives. You are living right. We're about to get into the show for tonight, so make sure you guys, while I'm getting through these commercials, you go ahead, you getting the kids, rock-a-bye baby, and you putting the kids down to sleep. You're pouring yourself up to drink. You letting the husband or the wife know, hey, yo, I'm watching the Rumboyz Fantasy Network right now. I need to get this fantasy football work so I can whoop your ass this fantasy football league, so I'm watching the show. Make sure you guys get ready. You already know how it go. Get your snacks ready. I would like to inform everyone, okay? Obviously, the Masters are going on. We had a big promotion over the course of the week, dealing with the Masters over on monkeyknifefight.com. If you utilize promo code Rumboyz, if you made an account at all this week, you can still make an account right now. We have UFC 273 going down tomorrow night. For all of your daily fantasy player prop needs, if you are into daily fantasy player props, get on over to Monkey Knife Fight. What? monkeyknifefight.com. Also, download the Monkey Knife Fight app, available on iOS and Android, for an instant match on your very first deposit, all the way up to $100. You have to use our promo code, though, to get matched on that. Also, I want to remind everybody, look, have you ever wanted a way to make content with the Rumboyz? Like, do you want to end up on a Rumboyz show or show the Rumboyz some love? You could do so over on the Stacks app. You see it there? You see it there? All right. Boom, 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 boom. Join the Stacks app. Ladies and gentlemen, real-time live content with some of your favorite athletes, sports writers, fantasy football analysts, and much, much more. Ladies and gentlemen, get on over there to the Stacks app. It is growing. It is popping the fuck off. Without further ado, let's get into the cast and crew, ladies and gentlemen. In honor of opening day, stepping up to the plate. First up in the batting rotation, drop the mic, FF.
What's up, Robbie? I have lived the bachelor life for 2 more days, and this is my last night of bachelorhood. Let's start the party.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, representing the overtime heroics crew, get up for David. Let's spin.
I love it. What's going on, my dudes? How we doing?
We rocking and rolling. You already know we cruise controlling, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it.
Hey, straight pimp. We out here 6-4 dipping. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, next up here on the cast, on the panel, you already know it's too hot, too much to handle. St. Pat FF. Hold up, there we go.
I was doing the eyebrows for like 10 seconds. It felt like,
Hey,
and like I just can't do it. Like, okay, I'm here. I have peanut butter. Let's go.
Oh,
hey,
go.
and you got the best kind. Jif is the shit, man. I love
Yeah,
Jif.
extra crunchy.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, he is a Miami Dolphins fan, but all of his fans can just write him like it's an Eminem song, like Stan. Give it up for Pangs Pigs.
What's up, guys? Back at it again. Another week, and we can talk about.
Didn't bring out the lotion though this time. I see.
I don't need it. I'm going this all natural dry rub now.
Oh, okay. TMI, but thank you.
I hope you're
love
talking
it.
about
I love
barbecuing
it.
over there.
Dry rub.
He's
Yeah,
cooking
sure.
up something over there.
It's a form of jerk meat.
Hey,
God damn it.
Just
got-
eating his meat
wow.
over there.
Get to the next guest.
ladies and gentlemen, right? Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no need to panic, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I have to give it up. Hailing from the 6 Ontario, Canada. Oh, Canada, stand up. Raji Harris.
Excited for life, baby. Yes, sir. And let's get it popping, baby.
Let's
go.
go.
That was
Shout out Peace
stress.
Tea, not a sponsor.
Shut up, you know the sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, we have the beast from the east. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Taco TD.
Hey yo, what is good, everybody? My Yankees came out on fire.
So did the Dodgers, and
you're-
so did the Tigers for St. Pat.
Did you see the
Yeah.
walk-off hit to end the game?
Ugh.
They had to go to instant replay to rule that it was a hit.
Oh, with the Tigers with Javier Baez.
Yeah, off the right field wall,
I heard about that.
into the glove, bobbled, caught. They're like, "Oh, we're going to
Crazy.
extras," and Javier's like, "No, we're not."
This Mets and Washington game is getting crazy because Max gave up 3 runs in the first 4 innings,
Jeez.
and now they came back and took a lead. So now it's 4-3 Mets, but they've been dueling, and it's going to be interesting to see what the Mets can do this year.
You kill me with that Yankees reminder, though, as a Red Sox fan over here.
Y'all are
Just so
all
you know.
assholes. Y'all motherfuckers know that we're on an NFL show, right?
God damn it.
We're on
This is
a
opening day, baby.
We're in
we're on a
America.
sports show.
We're in America.
We are on a sports show, but what in the fucking Joe Buck is happening here?
Don't.
Are y'all trying to make this motherfucker proud or no? Ladies and gentlemen, you already know the drill. You already know we about to keep it real. Hey yo, for real though. Cheers to me, cheers to you. Shout out to the whole Rumboyz crew, the whole pirate crew. Dilly, let's go.
Let's get it.
Oh my motherfucking god. We're gonna have an event for one. So this first question actually comes from, is this like my left or your right? My military left or your military right?
I don't even know anymore. Partner in crime, okay?
Exactly. My partner in crime, ladies and gentlemen. This question comes from Drop the Mic. He wrote this one. Will Melvin Gordon sign with Baltimore? If so, what does it do to the values of the entire backfield? Mike, you wrote the question. You started the fuck off.
I just have this gut feeling that he will sign with Baltimore. He's going to be a
Really?
Baltimore. I just have this weird feeling he's going to end up going there. There's the one team that's wanted him to visit since he got a new agent after he was mad that he wasn't getting very many phone calls at the beginning of free agency. I have a feeling that he is going to end up, getting along with Lamar and the rest of the gang there. He's going to end up going to Baltimore, which scares the living shit out of me because I said it a few episodes ago when we were talking about up and down stocks in fantasy.
We're talking stocks. Kidding. We're not leaking that information.
I was really hoping that J.K. Dobbins would have a good year this year, but I'm afraid that it's going to be more of a 60-40 split in the favor of Dobbins, which is going to take some of his value away.
So here's the thing. We know what I feel like we kind of in a way we know what Melvin Gordon's impact is going to be. There's a concern about Dobbins coming back off that injury.
Yes.
But with that being said and with that being stated, this is an interesting move. But I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
But I felt like you said the most important things without going too deep into anyone else's take. So that's also why I did it.
Yeah.
You make very compelling points. It could be what you said, a 60-20?
I think it could be 60-40 overall.
Or 60-40. I'm sorry.
The
60-40, my fault.
But you said that he's going to have certain roles, and the problem for me is I have a feeling he's going to be the inside the 10 back, and I don't like that for touchdown dependency.
Okay, you know, I'm here. I'm here to now play devil's advocate to everyone.
Oh, I know.
Do you want to go ahead and pass the mic, drop the mic, or
Go ahead, Dave.
Alrighty.
Let's keep it rolling.
I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree. The reason why is I truly wonder how he's going to fit into that backfield, not just because of J.K. Dobbins, but also because of Gus Edwards back there too, who's averaged literally 5 yards a carry or more every season he's played in the league this far. Now he's also, coming back and trying to rehab from an injury. But where does Melvin Gordon fit into that? I mean, because Gus Edwards still has plenty of value, and to warrant him getting a fair share of touches.
But what's the definition of insanity?
Repeating the same results over and over again, expecting a different result.
I just wanted to put that out there for your take.
Yeah, true. But what are you alluding to? You mean in terms of that backfield just not going to work?
These motherfuckers done the same shit over and over and over again. At what point does it no longer work? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's the. Well, I mean, I'm not. I think Lamar needs to evolve some of his passing game to some degree, just to some degree, and the defense is in kind of need of repair to some degree as well. And even the offensive line, they could do some work on that. I don't really think it's the backfield too much. I really trust this backfield as long as it can stay
Shout out to
healthy,
Sully. Fucking, I love Sully, bro.
We need to get Sully on sometime.
Yeah, Sully. Hey, Sully, DM me.
And then the one other thing too is they don't have a ton of cap space right now. I think they've only listed at $7 million. This is also post free agency craze this far. So it's over the past couple weeks since we've already been involved in free agency. So I truly wonder, his value is not very high, which is really unfortunate because he's actually still very much a versatile and well-rounded back that can really give you his fair, give you a legitimate share of production, of positive production. So I'm really shocked. I thought he was going to go back to the Broncos because they wanted him back. He wanted to come back. But, I know that this has kind of been an issue in the past where the money hasn't always sorted itself out with Melvin Gordon. And so I don't know. I still wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility that he goes back to Denver. But, there are a lot of teams out there that are in need of at least a complimentary back. And that's at the bare minimum what he is to get, at least, 50% of the for 50% of the carries for certain teams.
For the angle that I was gonna take and where your take began. I am going to divert and I'm gonna let Pat go. I thought that I was gonna pick that one apart at first, but it sounds like you're more so leaning towards what the level thinking that I was thinking. So now I want to hear from everybody else to see if anyone is gonna hit that trigger,
Let's do it.
So one of the first things that Mike reminded me of is that he switched agents and wasn't happy about the money. Melvin Gordon and money, that's not
they're not synonymous with the two.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to get the money, or he thinks
he has a shitty fucking agent. Who's his agent?
He thinks he's worth more than he is.
Absolutely.
No, but Robbie, don't forget he fired his agent after the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Now he's got a new guy.
Now he's got a new guy, but those doors have closed, and I think we're going to see something in the NFL with aging running backs, very similar to the NBA, where kind of like this influx of new talent and new players.
He's with Mayfield Sports Marketing.
Just keeps the youth in the league, and they'd rather just run with these 7th round, 6th round draft picks and UDFAs over Melvin Gordon when the running backs feel that replaceable. David mentioned one thing about the Ravens and Lamar needing to improve his passing, but I think I was asked this question earlier today on Twitter about what does this mean for the backfield if Melvin Gordon were to sign, but it can easily split up 50-50, 60-40, and don't forget Gus Edwards is still there.
Yeah.
Both of them coming off injuries. It's insurance, but I don't think we're going to see 2020, 2019, 2018 Ravens offense where you're just running 40 times a game and you have almost 3 guys at 1,000 yards. You're not going to see that offense. The Ravens.
I agree with you on that, Pat.
The Ravens don't.
All right. So really quick, just off of what I looked at, just off what I looked at, the agency that he is with, you're not. And when I say the Mayweather agency, I'm not talking like Floyd Mayweather. Okay, let's make sure that we distinguish the two. Okay, I don't want anyone to hear the name and be like, the Rumboyz said, "Fuck you, suck my dick." I'm telling you what it is. Okay.
It comes after April showers weather,
right? You're not when you're not getting that Rosenhaus representation, when you're not getting that Todd France representation, when we talk about sports agents, when we talk about the best of the best in this industry, the guys that we all idolize for getting players deals done in the right format. Motherfucker, you don't have that around you, Melvin. That's not at your beck and call. You know, you don't. When it comes to the business acumen, Melvin, I don't feel like you got that eye. You know, so it's interesting what you're saying, Pat. Because I personally feel like Denver's maybe the best bet.
Yeah.
Because you have never, and even if you did have the person that can put you in position to make the right deal, your previous business dealings, football's a business, the NFL's a motherfucking business. Your prior business dealings don't constitute someone coming in and negotiating for you and being a shark. You have guys that lay down and take whatever fucking deal, whatever the max deal is. That, all right, this is the highest number, and we're going to take it.
And that's what he's going to have to deal with that most likely because his value's not very high. You know,
short
of waiting for an injury.
His talent is that high.
Oh, it's great. It's great talent. I just mean in terms of how much money he will ultimately end up receiving. That
but
he's going to get a 1 year $4 million deal, maybe 2 for 7.5.
I heard he was even struggling to get 3.5.
If I know
that's what
I
I
can
heard.
cut you, if I know from a business standpoint, if I know that I can cut you, and I know that you're gonna let it happen, I'm not saying that I do this. A lot of people in the industry work with me, and they know how I function. The Rumboyz have a very prestigious name in terms of doing business. But if I know that I can do it, that's your fault. That's your fault. You're not going in and making the deals happen. You're not making those moves. So that's where I feel. Pang.
Yeah. All right, you guys know I love Melvin Gordon. It's not a secret by any means. But the one thing I will point out is who was the last back they signed? Do you guys remember?
Last back they signed.
Le'Veon Bell.
The very last back they signed. I mean, Javonte Williams they drafted, obviously.
No,
Broncos
I'm
or the
talking about
Ravens?
Baltimore. What was the last back they
Latavius Murray.
signed
Lat Murray.
that worked out for them?
Oh, that
The
worked
last
out.
back.
Lat Murray slightly, kind of.
I mean, Dobbins obviously they drafted. I mean, he worked out
Drafted
very nice
Dobbins.
when he was healthy. But I mean, I can't think off the top of my head.
Mark Ingram, man.
Oh
One of
fuck!
the
I
last
forgot
backs they signed that worked out for them.
he was a
That's
Raven.
28, 29, 30,
I'll
31,
be right
and
back.
all
I
that
have to let
shit.
someone in the door. Go ahead, guys.
So
Pang, you got it. Go ahead.
I got it. But yeah, so Melvin Gordon just, I mean, I think Mark Ingram is just one of those guys, right? Mark Ingram is a guy that we've liked for a long time. He was always a doghouse kind of guy. Like, he got doghouse, and that's what Melvin Gordon's going to be. He's one of those guys that got doghouse throughout the league. They like veteran players. I don't know what it is over there in fucking Baltimore, but the minute you turn 28, fucking the hardball over there looking at you, and he's like, man, you know what? Damn, 32? That's perfect. That's what I need. I need that Sammy Watkins, that Des Bryant, Steve Smith, Mike Wallace. The fucking list goes on. This isn't like something that was like over a 10-year span. This was like all in 5 years. And those guys succeed. So I think
I just wonder, like, does Melvin Gordon want to sign there? It's not about it. Do they want him? Does he want them?
he visited. You know, they're working out numbers. Last thing on the team was they were fucking
Could
numbers.
just be a money thing for him. Yeah.
That's why I think it is going to happen, is because he went and visited them. It's not just to talk over the phone.
No, they visited and they did numbers apparently.
How
So
much? So, Pang, I want to poke a small hole in your point there, if I may. How many of those signings were out of necessity?
I
Because
would say none of
a lot
them
of-
were.
none of them were none of their
I would
running back
short
signings
of
last
maybe
year.
Steve Smith.
So wait, really quick, really
Oh,
fast.
so you're going beyond running backs. But
I'm just talking about what they do as an organization.
Hold on, really fast. Before I Spoon of Zeke, you're exactly right. St. Pat is my page is saying it as well. Shout out my Facebook friend. But no, for real. I heard someone bring up Gus Bus and David. I believe that it was you.
Yeah, Gus.
Pang. I want to know how you feel about David's take and that retrospect, because that is something that we need to look at, because this is a team that can be confident and very resourceful within their backfield and really not have to worry about much and not have to worry about changing a whole lot.
That's what they've already done, though. They've done that.
You're
So
right.
that's why I brought
And that's
Mark
what I
Ingram.
said earlier.
They
too.
had Gus Edwards when Mark Ingram was there. They had Kenneth Dixon. They had freaking, who was the Irish dancing guy? Alex.
What up, Nick?
Oh, Alex Collins.
Alex Collins. They had these guys there. Like,
I know it's just Melvin Gordon. That's a different kind of, different kind of back.
Melvin
end
Gordon,
too,
if I had to guess, would fit closer to Mark Ingram than any of the other backs.
Yeah,
Nick, or hey, go ahead, Mike. I know that you want to address that comment. Go ahead.
I think that would have been a great option before we got Ronald Jones. Now that we have Ronald Jones in the backfield and we just re-signed Derek Gorder a 1-year contract, the backfield is CEH, Ronald Jones, and Derek Gore.
That's about right. Yeah.
I forgot y'all about Rojo, to be honest.
Hell yeah. Pank, you just about
Yeah, I'm not finished. So basically, it's these guys. Like J.K. Dobbins could have been the guy, right? He was talented. Gus Edwards is pretty good too. Both banged up. They're not signing someone because they're bored. They're signing someone because they don't think these guys can hold up properly. And if I had to take on a team that's going to go for a veteran guy, and people want to say Melvin Gordon's old, but he's going to be 29 this year.
Yeah.
So he's not out of range. He didn't have a crazy amount of touches in the last 2 years. So
at that position in this sport, 29 is creeping right there. But
it's creepy, but it's not. It's not as bad as we're talking about it, right? Like 30
40 touches. Yeah.
And Melvin Gordon's never had that kind of touch level in at least last 2 years. So
let's get through these next two takes.
70%, like I said, 67% of touches. I think that's fine. I think that's a good
Let's get
number.
through these next two takes because I want to air a promo for our Big Brother network before this next topic. Go ahead.
All right. So personally, I don't think it's the end of the world if he does re-sign with Denver, right? I mean, we saw last year.
That's a logical thing.
That is a logical thing. We saw last year star running backs were getting hurt week after week. King Henry, Saquon, CMC, right? Like they all had long-term injuries. And there's no harm, no foul in having a legitimate backup. And even if you like had them split carries, which they did last year, they succeeded. They had almost 2,000 combined rushing yards.
Yeah.
And I think like 12 plus TDs as a pair. I get wanting to let Javonte have the shine. He's the young guy, but why not save him? You know what I mean? Don't do what the Steelers did with Najee and give him 300 carries like year after year. Save him a little bit. You know what I fucking mean?
Like Derrick Henry.
They did sign
Derrick Henry.
Don't forget they did sign Mike Boone last year to a 2-year deal. So they have him in the backfield.
I mean, but still though. Right?
Okay.
Apart from Denver though, which I think is a logical choice if he's willing to take a pay cut. I think a couple of teams that people really aren't thinking or like people haven't mentioned yet are
really struggling with health and
had it written down here. Shit.
I like that take there, Nick. I like that, Nick.
I've got oh shit.
And Nick, I definitely feel you about having mixed emotions about Watson for you being a Browns fan. I'm not a Browns fan, so I can't say I understand. But yeah, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, and so I was saying a couple more landing spots that I think could be an option. I think Houston is one of them. They've got Rex Burkhead as their starting running back right now. Atlanta, even. I mean, Mike Davis and Cordero Patterson on paper sounds okay, but in reality, that's not something that you want to really be dealing with right now, in my opinion. And last thing, I think could be Buffalo. Surprise! Like it might be a bit out of left field for Buffalo to be one of those teams.
I like that. I like that.
Have a vet presence there.
I like
David
Buffalo.
Singletary. I think that'd be pretty sick.
That'd be really sneaky good.
Yeah,
I like Buffalo. Taco, what are your thoughts, brother?
Well, first of all, Melvin Gordon, I think he really reestablished himself or continues to establish himself as a great runner. He's able to get good work at the goal line. He's efficient. And when you look at what's going on in the league, it makes sense for him to at least go in and speak with Baltimore, get some numbers. You're talking about one of the contenders in the league. Now you have the 49ers looking at it. Now you have, some of these other teams looking at it. Even the Cardinals. You have James Conner there. Like, what happens when he goes down, which more than likely, he's going to go down. So there's going to be some teams. I think what you have to wait till the NFL draft. Once the draft is done, you'll get some more situations that'll clear up and you'll be able to figure it out. I don't think that the Broncos are a terrible team for him to go back to, and he's using this as leverage in order to get more money from them. Yeah. But I also think that a team like the Falcons who really don't have anything at running back. And
So whoa. Why do you do this every time you fucking come on the show?
What?
My guy, you haven't been you just started like the Falcons, the team that's trying to take is gonna fucking make a play for Melvin Gordon.
Yeah,
They
makes
got
no
some-
sense.
I said stay back with the Broncos, but even a team like the Falcons, it does make sense when you don't have anyone
No,
on
it
that
doesn't.
offense, and you have a guy like who?
Half your take makes
Mariota.
sense.
He needs
You
a
have
running back.
You have half a take right now. You have half a take.
I mean, it would make sense if they draft a QB and they need someone to not suck on the field. I mean, Mike Davis blew donkey balls last year, and
That's
which
exactly
was
right.
calling all last season.
And
So
Patterson
you want
can't
someone
run
that,
between the numbers.
yeah, if you want your quarterback not to get fucking tackled every 2 seconds and have a threatening running back, Melvin Gordon would be a shot, right? He's not going to
No.
help him win a championship, but
No.
he would keep.
No.
But if he's
pressure.
going for the money, if you're telling me he's got
Yes.
the guy and he's going for the money, that's what he's gonna do.
Yes.
But we already
yes.
know. But we already know. All right. Once again, business reputation.
Yeah, that's a business
Okay.
move.
But
Yeah.
you may want to go to a
doesn't have a
contender,
reputation.
though. That's the
He
thing.
doesn't.
That's
But
the
he
thing.
doesn't. But in order to get the money, he needs to have a team, a financial team
Mhm.
that chases those type of deals. He always goes after the team that gets him mediocre. So why are we going to expect that even a sucky team is going to pay him big money? He doesn't have in his personal camp. He does not have the team around him to get that done.
You're right, but big money is relative for him. It could be $1 million extra. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how
who's
much
got
is
the
he
money?
really looking for?
Who's got the
Yeah,
money
we
to
need to
spend?
know what he wants.
He doesn't have
And-
he doesn't have the agent to get it done. We
And
know
who has
this.
the playing time for him to get another deal
And
after this?
he's not a name to draw seats. He's not going to put butts in seats. I'm not buying an NFL ticket to see Melvin Gordon.
Nope.
It's-
I
but
mean-
it's
That is not
not
going to be
just
the reason.
but
That is not
it's
going to be
not
the
just
reason I go
that.
to buy tickets.
But going deeper than that, he doesn't have the legal team to pull it off. That's not him. That's not his game. Like let's look at every deal
There's
that
a
Melvin Gordon's
lot of
ever
bad
done.
contracts,
But
though.
let's look
There's
at
plenty.
every deal that Melvin Gordon has ever done. They're not bad contracts. They're mediocre contracts that keep him sustainable and
only
financially
done one
well
contract.
off from an NFL standpoint. And for a player of his caliber, there are contracts that keep him well off and keep him stable.
Yeah.
They did
Probably.
one contract. He's just going to be a bridge running back, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I did the one
Right now, I
was-
think he's just playing off of these teams. He's not going to do anything with Baltimore. He's literally, I think, using this as a chance to show off to the Broncos and to other teams. Like, hey, there's someone interested in me.
No,
it could be.
I don't think he's going to sign with
I agree.
the Baltimore Falcons. I mean, Baltimore Ravens. When you have J.K. Dobbins, you have
Yeah.
Gus Edwards, and then you had Latavius Murray come in and was goddamn serviceable. Why would you waste the money when you need so
And
many
it's-
other things on a running back?
You
That's
have
franchise
to-
malpractice.
at this moment, all I
They
hear
do all
from
the
you is,
time.
"Hey, Op, get me a chopped cheese right now, okay?" Because that's all I'm hearing with your accent, okay? Because your take is fucking blasphemous.
I will say this: the Falcons don't have a ton of cap space, so if they wanted to afford him, they probably have to they'd have to find a way
But
to
if
make
you're
it work.
MG, why are you doing that deal?
Yeah, they probably
he
would
wants the
make
money.
a sacrifice, but at the same time, I mean, are the Falcons going to trot out fucking Mike Davis out there? Like, I'm just saying, that would be the counter argument if you were to make one.
But I mean, even if he did, what if he signed a 1-year deal, like a prove it type thing, and then got more money next year? Right? We know the
He's
cap.
not
We
getting more
know the
money
cap
next
space
year.
going up.
What
What if he does?
That doesn't piss me. Hold on, Nick Howard. That doesn't piss me off. That doesn't piss me off. That somewhat somehow makes sense.
Mhm.
When
Doesn't
we-
Devontae
when-
Booker
when-
leave
when-
Saquon insurance?
Draft picks.
I'm going into the next topic. Fuck all of you. Okay, for tacos, dumb shit. All right, for all the good takes that y'all had, Taco fucked it up.
Robbie, where do you
love you
think
too, Robbie.
he's going?
Huh?
Robbie, where do you think he's going?
I think that Melvin Gordon stays in Denver, and it makes the most
Yes,
sense for
I
him
think so.
right now. This city's booming right now.
I think it's the place he should go. I don't think it's going to be the place he does.
Business is booming here in the D.
Mike?
I'll put it this way. If Mark
Leverage
Ingram,
is wrong.
sorry, Melvin Gordon is nowhere near as smart as Richard Sherman, and Richard Sherman did his own contract that wasn't great either.
He did. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't be surprised when these guys do weird shit.
Here's
Richard
what I wanna
Sherman
get
did weird
into.
shit.
Hold on. Here's what I want to get into. So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys can catch your very own Rumboyz Robbie on the NFL Network Fantasy Football Podcast, April 27th, I am going to be dropping an exclusive player. Here's what we're going to do, okay? Because we know that I can break down any wide receiver period, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to let the fans decide. I have to have this assignment in by April 23rd to NFL Network. Drop in the comments who you guys, all right? I'm doing a wide receiver, okay? I'm only doing a wide receiver. Comment a wide receiver from the NFL draft that you want Robbie to break down on NFL Network April 27th for the draft. We are still going to have our 24-hour NFL draft coverage here on the network, okay? But let me know who you guys want to see me talk about on NFL Network April 27th. Shout out to Marcus Grant. Shout out to Michael Florio. Shout out to Adam Rank. Shout out to the whole NFL Network crew. We're gonna let the fans decide what we're gonna do for you, okay? We're gonna let the fans pick who they want me to talk about. Oh, and look at Raj being a member. Look at Raj.
Look at that.
Steelers
Damn, it doesn't
Nation,
even show it.
Steelers Nation wants me to talk about Olaf. That is such a Rumboyz thing for me. That is a very Rumboyz player for me to talk about. Let's talk really quick. Who's the RB1 in this year's draft? Taco, who do you feel? And Raj saying he wants me to talk about Jahan Dotson. We're going to talk about receivers in the next topic anyways. So, yeah. Go ahead. Who's the RB1, though?
The RB1, I mean, I think when you really break it down, it's going to be hard to take out King Henry at this point. He's been
for the rookies, for the rookies NFL draft.
Rookie running backs.
Are you looking at Kenneth Walker?
Breece Hall.
It's Breece Hall for me. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. For me, it's Breece Hall. I'm gonna skip everyone and say it's Breece Hall, and I'm gonna let everyone else go.
Like, honestly, for the rookie running backs, I haven't been paying that much attention to them.
All right, well, get on your fucking job.
But they haven't been making noise. They haven't been anyone that you really see that's come up and said, like, not like Najee last year. There's nobody like Najee last year that's been making that kind of.
You are correct. There's no one like the top three this year. I feel like there's no Najee, Etienne.
Yeah, there's gonna be no first round back most likely.
Yeah,
I mean, there could.
All you hear about is wide receivers out of this.
Okay, think about it. Think about it. Breece Hall to the fucking Buffalo Bills, 25th overall.
I don't even know about that, to be honest.
I got it.
Really don't. And I love Breece Hall.
I can see it happening.
Hold on, really quick. Hey, Nick Howard, my slot is on day one of the draft, so I need a first round guy. So I will discuss Polk on our stream for Rumboyz, but for the NFL Network assignment, I do have to get a day one guy just so that everyone knows the stipulations. Go ahead.
Who's next?
Oh, Steelers Nation going at Taco.
Raj.
That's tough. Yeah, no. I'm going with Kenneth Walker. As much as it pains me to say it as a Michigan fan, that guy's too fucking talented. He's so good. Bro, you don't get a guy who's like, I think like almost 6 feet, over 200 pounds, running with 4.38 speed, and as strong as he is, dude. It's nuts. And I get the Breece Hall hype, but it's far and away.
Here's my thing with Breece Hall. Here's my thing with Breece Hall is that he runs low, and that low center of gravity. Being a person, since I've been in the gym, like I'm getting more top heavy. Knowing I can get lower than most people and just put a shoulder through a motherfucker, and put my shoulder through a motherfucker's face with a lot of violence. Like that's what attracts me about Breece Hall is that he's shifty, and if he has to get low, he's not afraid to get lower than you, and that's what football is about. Football's a game of leverage, so I love that. Chat, really quick, just so you guys know, I got the pin out. I am taking down these wide receiver prospects that you guys want me to talk about. I have Olave, I have Dotson. Polk is going to be discussed on Rumboyz. That's a Rumboyz one. But then Nick said he wants me to go Burks. Okay, so we got Olave, Dotson, Burks. All right. Make sure we narrow it down to one by the end of this show, guys. Pang.
I'm gonna be stupid about this, but I'm gonna say Brian Robinson.
Who's that?
I'm gonna say Brian Robinson, out of Alabama. Makes the most sense. He has a lot of years in college, but not a lot of touches, weirdly enough. And I think he's gonna be a possible RB1 because he has good pass blocking talent. And I think a team's going to take that, use that, and he's just going to find his way into a lineup and be reliable, right? He doesn't splash, but he's a big guy. He's a bruiser. You know, he's the type of guy that I would say 8 of the solid teams kind of want. They're like, hey, man, he kind of does it all. He checks all the boxes, and that's all they need. They don't need someone to go out there and be a carry. They don't need Todd Gurley to go out there and carry Jared Goff's dumb ass. So they just need someone to go out there and do it all and just happen to be good. We see plenty of guys like that too. You know, we've seen random ass running backs who are not nearly as talented that can't pass block that go out and do whatever. So I think Brian Robinson Jr. is for me. I think that's my pick.
Interesting. Very, yeah, kind of out of the woodworks kind of pick. It's an interesting. I would never would have expected that, you know. But he does check the boxes. I will say that.
And I think that's what helps him. He's going to be this guy that gets drafted in like the second, third, fourth freaking round, but he might have the job.
Yeah.
You know, like he's just good. I mean, there's teams. I mean, like, what do you guys on the Eagles, right? Like, do you think he's the worst guy there?
Well, and that's the thing with the running back position. It's so weird because there's a lot of guys that, like I said, come out of the woodworks to surprise people being the most productive guy out of the rookie class
Alvin
compared
Kamara
to
was
who you actually expected, you know?
Kamara and Cook were both round 2 guys.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean, round 2 is
Cook
like
I actually
top
loved
five.
coming out of college. But
yeah, but they
Kamara
were actually considered overdrafted. Like they could have fell to the 3rd. You know, like
I
there's
loved
just
Cook from the
random
get-go,
guys.
but
But
yeah,
Latavius Murray was a
Kamara
round
was
5 guy, round 5, round 6.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I think, and the thing is, none of those guys. The pass blocking is getting bigger and better if you want a running back. So, I mean, let's say he ends up being David Montgomery, right? Just this guy that trottles down the field. That could be RB1 numbers.
Not a bad thing at all.
Exactly. And I think that's what
Steelers-
Brian Robinson Jr. does.
Steelers Nation, for the sake of betting, I'll address this really quick. I don't think that it's gonna happen.
It'll be interesting.
It'll be very interesting. If you want to hedge that, I don't blame you. But if you're hedging it, you are putting your heavier money on Burns, okay? And that's what I want you to do if you're gonna do that. But I think that Cosmot comes away with that one tomorrow. I'm no more than the second round, no more than the second round in that welterweight bout. St. Pat,
Blue Jays just came back from being down by 7 runs.
God, fuck
Go
you.
Jays.
Oh,
Ooh. I don't even
With the
watch
Joe
baseball.
Buck, with the Joe Buck takes. Go ahead. Let's give me your running back for the
So
NFL
speaking
draft.
of Toronto, I want to go with a guy that had a really good game in Michigan by the name of Kenneth Walker.
Mhm.
It was painful to watch. It was absolutely painful to watch him do what he did to my Wolverines.
Yeah.
The one big question mark is can he catch passes?
Yeah.
Not much experience with it in college. He's a professional athlete, or he's about to be a professional athlete in about less than a month on an NFL roster. I believe he can catch the football. I believe he can catch pitches to him. He can take handoffs. He can block a motherfucker. And I'm pretty sure he can catch an overhand pass too. So while it's a concern for some people, I want to buy that dip if I'm looking in Dynasty or even redraft formats this coming year, depending on where he lands. I think he has the opportunity to really come out as the RB1 in this class, and overcome Hall in that way.
Okay.
Interesting.
I like
Yes
it.
to
I
all.
like
Yes
it.
to all that.
Really quick for the staff members that do work for the company. Did you guys get the private chat? Did someone get that done for me?
I can do that right now.
You don't have to if you don't want, or if you want to pass the assignment off, you can.
I got you.
Is that 3rd round fantasy or 3rd round NFL?
NFL.
Um,
Oh, DeMarco Murray when he came out of Oklahoma, right?
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Third
He was
round.
very productive in his career. Very productive.
But
yeah,
he's one of those guys that check all the boxes.
someone get that chat built for me, please.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. And then someone will go ahead. Well, Mike, actually, if you want to go ahead and start getting the graphic together for those 3 days.
Got it.
Round day 1,
Okay.
day 2, day 3.
Got it.
Look, you guys just got to see behind the scenes of how the operation works. Look at that. Okay. Pat, what are you thinking here about this year's RB1 selections? Or well, you
I
already
think I'm
gave
going
yours.
Yes,
with Walker.
Yeah, you
The
said
guy
Kenneth
that
Walker. It's David. It's
really
David.
did a
My
lot
fault.
to Michigan.
No, it's David. My fault. My fault. It's David. It's David. It's David.
I'm
Fuck
kind of
you.
concerned about his pass catching, but he can take handoffs. He can catch pitches. I'm pretty sure he can catch it overhand too. He's a
Hey, what,
athlete, or at least he will be in about a month.
what was that Blue Jays score again, Patrick?
7-7.
Look, you.
No,
Is it
no.
still 7-7?
that they came back from?
Dave,
7-7 in the middle of the sixth.
David,
You're
go,
gonna boot
go,
my ass out of
Mets
this
are up
chat. I know
6-3.
that.
So
Go-
Melvin
go ahead,
Gordon
no.
to Baltimore.
Mets are up 6-3. If
No.
someone on this crew wants my MLB TV login, I'm willing to share.
yeah, I know that you are. David, go ahead and give me your take while Pat sends me his MLB TV login.
So I'm gonna go Brees Hall, man. I think because of the pass catching aspect to his game, the guy is ridiculous fast, I can't even say it, ridiculously fast for his size, and he trucks mofos like it's nobody's business. I mean, this guy is kind of, he's like this draft's. He's like this draft's Jerome Bettis, essentially. I know that's a little blasphemous, a little far-fetched to say, because also Jerome Bettis was a first-round draft pick coming out of Notre Dame. But still, I love Brees Hall, man. What he is capable of, it's just not supposed to happen for a guy of his size. Because I think he lost a little bit of weight going into the combine to where he got down to about 220, but he played a lot bigger in college, and I think because of the pass catching aspect to his game, I love me some Kenneth Walker III. I really do. I mean, it was unbelievable how reliant they were on him through that Michigan State offense, but how often he was able to execute consistently. But the thing that concerns me, though, is especially in this day where it's very pass heavy in the NFL, you've got to be able to catch the ball consistently. And there were opportunities I think he had, to prove that he could catch, passes, but they were leaning more towards the wideouts to take on that load as opposed to him. So because of that, that may draw some concern, and they may lean more towards a Brees Hall instead as the RB1. But you can honestly go either or. I just would happen to take Brees Hall because of the versatility.
No, I like that. I mean, a guy coming in at 5'11", 217. This heavy motherfucker.
Yeah. I think he was bigger than that too, like 230 plus, like when he was in college, He may put on some extra weight. I don't know.
I mean, hey, also, I mean, we're talking about Iowa State kid.
Yeah.
We already saw David Montgomery. We know that
Yep.
the Rumboyz interviewed David Montgomery back in 2019.
That's my dude.
We're familiar with this school. We're familiar with this program's running backs. Now they produce their guys. So let's also, from a standpoint of just this channel and the reputation that we have, this is something that we're familiar with. This is something that we're used to. This is actually almost the same way. I know that someone, when I brought the wide receivers in our NFL Network segment that we're going to do, brought up Olav, the same way that you guys know that we're tied in with that Ohio State coaching tree with those receivers, the same way that you guys know that we're tied with those LSU DB coaches. We get that connection with those Iowa State running backs. So I want to make sure that we do put that into context. Mike.
I don't have much to add to the argument, but I just want to say that the top row is a clean sweep on Brees Hall.
Yeah.
I do like Kenneth Walker. I do have Kenneth Walker as my number 2. Brees Hall is my number 1, but the other one that I want to throw out there real quick, I am going to be taking a late flyer on Tyler Beatty out of Missouri.
That's a good one too. I like that.
Okay.
That's a sneaky good one.
I like that. I like that.
Brees Hall is kind of a gimme. So, I mean, the talent's there, right? It just depends where he lands. But I really like talking about these guys outside of it, because I don't think any of these guys are getting that much love like Brees Hall is getting right now.
Look,
we're waiting for landing spots for a lot of it.
What I need everyone to do, and I also want to shout out the homie Isaiah Spiller. All right, I don't want to not mention Spiller in this conversation, because Spiller, since he was about I have to go back in the archives. I think
redshirt freshman, probably.
Yeah, I think since he was a freshman, he's been following the Rumboyz on Instagram. So I want to make sure that we don't overlook Spiller. I think that Spiller could be a guy that could be 3. I think it could be Hall, Walker, and then Spiller. But I want to make sure that during my take, I do shout out Spiller, and I think that he could definitely be a guy. He could definitely be an impact, and I want people to look out for him. He'll be a guy that I target late in dynasty drafts. If I got that last 4th round pick and I haven't gotten a running back yet, or a 3rd round pick and I haven't gotten a running back yet, he'll probably be the running back that I target. So I just want to put that out there. If it happens to fall for me, right?
Good choice.
All that far?
I don't think that it'll fall that far because of how thirsty for running backs everyone's going to be this year. So it'll be interesting.
One thing I do like about Hall is I think he's going to get goal line work right away wherever he goes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So right away he's going to be a plug and play at least as a flex, no matter where he goes.
Let's see. We have a quick second before we get into halftime, so let's roll this next topic. Are we all good?
Yeah.
Okay. Who will? And we already kind of talked about this. That's why I want to give the chat enough time to chime in. Who will impact? Who is the best, but not the first? Keyword: they are not the first wide receiver off the boards in this year's draft. But who is the best? In your opinion, the whole staff gets to go first. Mike.
Okay, so it depends on who you read, because there's certain people that think one player is going to be first, and there's a couple people that think
it's your opinion. It doesn't matter.
I know. So my number one player, I'm not going to say his name. My number one player is who I think is going to be the number one off the board. So I am going.
It's wide receiver. We're only talking receivers.
I don't. No, I just meant the first wide receiver off the board.
Okay.
I'm going a little different direction. I think the biggest impact year one is, after I look at it a little bit more, is going to be Dotson out of Penn State.
Really?
I like that. I like that.
I hope he comes to my Bears. God,
he's not going to be the first one off the board.
Jahan Dotson's so fucking good.
Oh, I want him so bad.
Yep.
Bro, I'm telling you, that's Deontay Johnson Jr. I've been saying that.
He's very nice. Very nice. I mean, in terms of if he could come to the Bears, I don't know if it's going to happen, but if he does stumble, God damn it, Ryan Poles, bring him in ASAP, you know? But for me, the next guy off the board after my number one guy, who I'll save that for I'll say that for our podcast, actually, when we get into breaking down wide receivers, because we're doing some draft coverage ourselves. But my number one guy, or my number two guy, should say,
offer me a day 2 slot.
What's that?
You ain't offer me a day 2 slot.
What are you talking about? Day 2 slot
on your show.
Yeah, no,
I'd so put him on the spot like the fuck with the
No, I didn't know what you meant at first. I've been dying to get you back. Honestly, I didn't know you'd be interested in doing a draft coverage. But yeah, if you're down to, absolutely. No, but for me though, like the number 2 guy that I want to pick off, out of all the wide receivers that are available, has to be Jameson Williams. And I know that he just tore his ACL in the national championship game. But here's the thing. In this day and age in the NFL, like so many guys bounce back from torn ACLs compared to like what they used to be like, where, people were paranoid about it potentially ending your career. But nowadays, guys are bouncing back to the level like it almost felt like it didn't even happen. They can still play at a high level. I fully believe that, in his first full season, because it won't be next year, most likely, he'll probably come back sometime, I don't know, in October or November or something like that, where, whenever he's, in terms of whenever he's going to be available to play for an NFL team. But if we're talking about the subsequent year, I could totally see him dropping 1,000 yards easily, because this guy is ridiculously fast. You're talking about someone who gets in and out of his breaks faster than probably anyone in this entire draft. He is the next Devontae Smith. He's the next Tyreek Hill.
Slap just became a new member.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah.
Hey, really quick, for all new members. All right. I need to go ahead and announce this. We're about to do a dono for Slap becoming a member. For all new members, make sure you guys get your Rumboyz membership right now. The team and I, we just put together a group chat. We're going to coordinate as soon as possible before the draft what days we'll be able to break down as many players from as many different positions for members only. Because for members only, we don't have to worry about copyright issues. We are going to be doing exclusive rookie film breakdowns. All right, for members only. Again, this is a members only deal. All right, the goal is for us to start this up come next week, Wednesday night. All right, members only. All right, Ayo, C-Yard, I see you download. Don't know hype for slap and C-Yard.
No, but yeah, just to close out what I was saying though, almost 1,600 yards last year, 15 touchdowns. But this is the craziest stat I saw. Not only did he have 11 touchdowns of 30 or more yards last year for the Bama Crimson Tide, 4 of them were 70 yards or more. 4 touchdowns of 70 yards or more. This guy is deep ball personified. Okay, I think he should be, even with the 20 ACL. Like, you know, for a team to land this guy, I mean, this is a great wide receiver class. It's damn near close to landing into the jackpot, the gold mine of wide receivers. You know, after the first guy, I would say, but I'm not going to reveal him obviously because that's not the question. Jameson Williams is your next best answer. You have to absolutely look at this guy and think he's got that big capability on the next level as well.
Hey, I know that our channel is doing NFL draft coverage. I know that I'll be featuring with the homies on NFL Network for 60 seconds of their draft coverage. But I want to shout out the Good Old Boys Fantasy Football Network. If you guys don't know about the Good Old Boys, my homie Derek, we both run the marketing for the Stacks app. Derek is giving away an autographed Jameson Williams jersey, so make sure you guys pay attention to them. I want to shout them out. St. Pat, who are you thinking about receiver for this year's draft?
Treylon Burks.
Let's go.
I think there's a chance that he falls to one of the later picks in the first round where my Packers can get him, and I think he immediately becomes fantasy relevant as a potential 1A in Green Bay.
You guys heard that joke he said? He said they were going to draft the receiver in the first round.
I think at this point, either they have to draft one or trade for one.
They fucking draft Matt Corral. Like,
there are some quarterbacks that are in the first round for the Packers right now that they could go after.
I mean, what are we? I don't know what we're doing at quarterback after like 2023. So
the Treylon Burks love is starting to become super real. Like it's really starting to become super real. Like if y'all are
Packers,
really
Packers Twitter is on it, and that's their dream right now.
Hey,
just don't goof this draft, Green Bay. Don't goof it for Aaron Rodgers' sake. Come on, don't fuck it up.
They're gonna fuck it. They're gonna
also.
Fuck
let's see. Toronto's now up 8-7 with a runner on second.
Pang, who do you got?
Yeah.
Pang, who do you got?
I haven't watched all the film on all these guys yet, but the ones I did, I got to watch Sky Moore a lot, and I'm interested in Sky Moore.
I love this pick. Yes,
he's I like the smaller guys. I like the guys that separate. He's feisty too. It's all that kind of using Deshaun Jackson vibes in a way, which we haven't seen a Deshaun Jackson because he's still in the league. That kind of stuff. We'll see. I need to see more of it, but I really like Sky Moore. Plus, the freaking name is cool.
That's a nice name.
Fire ass name.
Okay. Yeah. Sky Moore does sound like a GTA stripper leaves.
Okay.
Raj, what you got?
Shit. Okay. So I got George Pickens as my wide receiver 1.
What?
Yes.
You're reaching. I'm sorry, but you're reaching, buddy.
I'm not reaching, bro.
No, let him have his pick.
4-4 speed.
I love Pickens.
And I think maybe second to Jahan Dotson, maybe even better than Jahan Dotson. He has the best hands in this class. All right. 2 drops over 150 college targets on that Georgia team. Yes, the torn ACL is a thing, but if we're ignoring that for Jameson Williams, we're going to ignore it for George Pickens. And if you don't, you're a biased fucking loser. All right.
So hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this to defend your take, okay?
Yeah.
For those that don't know, it's our young bulls every year during the draft that really hit the diamonds in the rough. So if you think this motherfucker Raj is tripping and pulling the trigger too early, you might want to just and just wait for it.
Shots fired, I guess. No,
I know. I mean, in a way, it kind of is shots fired. Hold on, because like I've been working with him. I've been working with Jay Love and working with Connor Burt. Like I've practically raised like these young motherfuckers in this industry. Like no, not trying to be offensive or anything. Like I gave a lot of these youngins like their first shot. Oh, yeah. And when I tell you they're putting out better work than a lot of these guys on ESPN and shit that's doing their draft coverage.
Oh.
Don't be y'all already know what the draft coverage is here on the Rumboyz, bro. Like, you know, so don't be surprised if Raj is right. That's all I'm gonna say, dog.
I love a lot of Raj's takes. I just think that one, you know, over a Drake London, over a Garrett Wilson.
I understand
Olave.
why, but my thing is those guys are being hyped up, and I understand why. They're all extremely talented. Drake London was my wide receiver one in the class until like 2 weeks ago.
Raj won us a couple of hundo because he was like play fire move this week. I just want to throw it out there. Taco, it's your take.
Well, I mean, the guys I think covered like a lot of the wide receivers I was looking at. I mean, I think Williams, I think Burks, I think both those guys offer a lot of upside, but I just love the pedigree out of the Alabama wide receivers. They just consistently come out with top of the line players. He has good size and speed. Yeah. And when you think about it in the NFL, that really plays up. Like speed plays. And I think that, you know, yes, he's coming off an injury, but like he said, the recovery off these injuries are a lot better than they used to be. And I think I would take that shot on him. You know, if he wasn't hurt, you would expect him to go a lot higher, and he probably would be the number one, especially coming out of Alabama and doing what he was doing in that game. So, I mean, I just think overall he's a guy that a lot of people are going to be looking at. And I think if one of the big dogs can end up getting him and holding him out, and maybe like a Packers, like, oh my God, could you imagine if they get something like this?
Oh shit! Yeah. I'm scared shitless if that happens.
I'm in agreement with you, and I do appreciate that take. Very, very well spoken. I'm gonna go a little bit different. This may or may not be who we cover on NFL Network come the 27th. You guys gotta tune in to NFL Network. Make sure to tune in to Marcus Grant and Michael Florio and Adam Rink and all those guys. I'm gonna make sure that I drop a tweet with the link. I'll make sure, you know, even I do a live with the link so that you guys can watch it and everything, whether it's airing in your cable region or not. But I'll make sure you guys can get it. I don't know if this is who we're gonna cover. It could be Ritter, it could be whatever. But Chris Olave, I tend to have a leniency towards Ohio State wide receivers. And I think that it's because I play a lot like those guys. Coming out of my break, I get low. Those guys, they're trained to get low. They're trained to get physical. They're trained to get up in your shit. Even throughout the development of the route, even if it's a deep route, they're trained to create that separation, to get up in your shit, to create that separation. I don't know at this given moment, as of April 8th. I'm really going to rely on my team, and I'm going to rely on my team. As long as we get the project done before the 23rd, we're going to get it done before the 23rd. Obviously, we're going to try and get the project done as soon as possible. We won't leak anything on social media, but I'm going to rely on you guys. I'm looking in the camera to make sure you guys know. But we're going to try and make sure that we come up with even though it's me on film, I want the team, and I want it to be a team effort to make sure that we come up with the best compelling piece of content that represents a player that we want to represent in 60 seconds, that represents the brand, most importantly, that we all represent in 60 seconds. So we're gonna come with it for you guys. Just keep commenting, keep letting us know who you want us to break down in that first round window. And Mike, David, Pat, Pang, Raj, Taco, I think that we can promise fans that we're going to give them a good piece of content, right?
Yeah,
always.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we've always come through before. Why aren't we this time?
Exactly.
There you go.
We're
I might be busy that day. No.
Yeah.
Already bouncing out.
Hey, if you see me, if you're watching the draft at your local Buffalo Wild Wings at the bar that day, you better take a fucking screenshot of me on the screen.
I can't.
My inner group chat.
I can't do that because I'm going to be here with you.
Just slap
right? Yeah,
He's not even going to be here with us. What are you talking about? What the fuck?
No, I'm gonna be here with you guys. No, I'll be on air with you guys. We're gonna go in and get into halftime. Can do, Blake G. Let's go.
I'm still here.
Ready.
Alrighty, we're gonna get into a monkey knife fight commercial right now.
Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there was a monkey knife fight.
And one day they met one team partners in the NFLPA.
It's a match made in the pits of a monkey knife fight.
And everyone lived happily ever after.
Are you listening? This is big.
What is a monkey knife fight?
You know, it's thing monkeys, knives, you get it. Fantasy sports is monkey knife fight. And monkey knife fight is fantasy sports.
Monkey Knife Fight is daily fantasy.
Monkey Knife Fight in the house.
I am Monkey Knife Fight.
You are Monkey Knife Fight.
We are all Monkey Knife Fight.
Monkey Knife Fight.
You have the NFLPA behind the company.
It's exciting for me to be a part of fantasy sports.
When I think of fantasy sports, I think of beating all my buddies year in and year out and being able to brag about it.
We're not just partners in it.
We're owners.
And it feels awesome to be an owner.
I challenge you to a monkey knife fight.
We've been saving you a seat at the table, Monkey Knife Fight.
Welcome to the one team and NFLPA family.
Monkey knife fight. Welcome to the family, Monkey Knife Fight.
Welcome to the game, Monkey Knife Fight.
Monkey Knife Fight!
I challenge you to a monkey knife fight.
Monkey Knife Fight! Monkey Knife Fight, Monkey Knife Fight, Monkey Knife Fight, Monkey Knife.
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know the promo code Rumboyz on monkeyknifefight.com and the Monkey Knife Fight app available on iOS and Android. We greatly appreciate you guys. Make sure you download the Monkey Knife Fight app available on iOS and Android. We do greatly appreciate you for visiting monkeyknifefight.com and utilizing promo code Rumboyz for your very first match up to $100. Dilly dilly. Let's go ahead and get into the rest of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, our next topic, Malik Willis. All right. So what will be the impact of rookie quarterback Malik Willis in his first year? Obviously, this is dependent on draft spot and where does he land. Mike, take us away.
The reason I gave that big sigh is I am so lost on Malik Willis, not because of the talent, but because of landing spot. I am going to go off the premise that he is not going to go at number 2. I am also going to go off the premise that he's not going to be there at 32 anymore like people thought he would for Detroit. So if Detroit does want him, they're going to have to move up, which I'm not sure if they do. Right now, I think it's going to be Seattle. I still have that gut feeling that it could be Seattle or Carolina. I think it's going to be Seattle. What's his impact? Rookie quarterback, veteran wide receivers, not a great offensive line. I think it's going to be a rough first year. They're more of a running team. He's not going to be as big of an impact, but his legs will help him. But I think we're going to have to wait for a year or two if he ends up in Seattle.
Okay. let's go ahead and run with David.
Yeah, for me, so I think ideally the ideal spot for him, because he's someone who I think is a project at the bare minimum. He's got a lot of work to do. The athleticism is there, the arm strength is there, the speed is there, but all the mechanics, all the progression, the necessary progression characteristics to his game that he needs to embody is not there yet. He's got a lot of work to do, to where honestly it would take probably 2 years down the road before I see this guy probably being a legitimate start. So I would say ideally, what would be nice would be going to maybe, like, for his case, not necessarily for Pittsburgh's case, but for his case, to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers, because it's a stable organization. You've got your fair share of weapons with Chase Claypool. You've got Deontay Johnson, obviously. You've got Najee Harris. The one thing I am concerned about him going to the Steelers for, though, is the fact that they are in shambles in regards to
For the love of Sundays. Shout out to the homie Jay Batts in the chat. Go ahead, bro.
I'm a little concerned about the Steelers' offensive line protecting him, and especially in his case, because this is someone who caves under pressure. Like, he caves in under pressure. When you get up in his face, he's like, he gets either rattled, or he's simply not even aware. Like, this guy needs to improve his vision, his situational awareness.
But that's every QB in this class, and that's why this isn't a QB class. So let's also keep that in mind.
No, but especially him, though. Like, his awareness of when when the pocket around him is collapsing is very, very in need of improvement. Very much in need of improvement compared to other guys that are in this quarterback draft class. So that's why I'm a little concerned about that. But if I had to say another pick that would be kind of interesting, and you might hate me for this, Robbie. You might honestly hate me for this, but I'm sweating bullets even thinking about revealing it, to be honest.
Go ahead.
Washington. Okay.
I mean, we already have a Washington pick for Malik Willis, and like, I'm not completely mad at it. Like, it's not what I want, but
I mean, are you a believer in Malik Willis, by the way?
No,
yeah,
I'm not.
That's what I'm a little concerned about him, but I think he would potentially thrive in that organization, notably with the offensive line. They've got some weapons with the Terry McLaurin and Antonio Gibson. He would also work with a stable, like, my favorite coach maybe in the entire NFL is either Mike Tomlin or Ron Rivera. I think Ron Rivera is the epitome of a player's coach.
I need to also make sure that I state this, because of scouting for those that are for my colleagues in the scouting community that may see this and may call me out. I know I'm not high on small school quarterbacks anyways. Don't even give me the knock on this show. We already know, okay? I'm sticking to the brand, and that's a big piece of why I'm not high on Malik Willis. Pat. Oh, Pat's on mute.
There we go.
There we go.
There he is.
Oh, hit the button. Rookie mistake. I don't care where he falls. I don't think he's going to pan out as an NFL quarterback. I think as David mentioned, there's a lot of things that he really struggles with. He is the definition of a project. We thought Trey Lance was going to be a project for San Francisco. Willis is much more so that. Yeah. And the fact that he's potentially going 101 or 102 in Superflex drafts is, for rookies, it's a free extra player. It's a free number one wide receiver for you. Yeah. In those rookie drafts this year at 103, sitting there waiting. Let someone else make the mistake of drafting him and having him stuck on their team.
Yeah, like as a quarterback. Yeah, as a quarterback.
I mean, okay, but was Lamar Jackson not a project coming up?
Oh, whoa, we're not.
I know. I just wanted to piss some people off. I know.
No, fuck you. Fuck you.
There's usually pissing people off and just being irrational.
We're not doing that. We're not even drawing.
You don't believe that take.
No, I don't.
I mean, he didn't even thrive against elite SEC competition, or even like Louisiana Lafayette, who's not an elite, like, title contending team. He absolutely caved against them. That's the thing.
I mean, there's got to be something that all these NFL teams are seeing that are hype, that's causing this hype, right? I mean, there's a reason we're not getting paid millions of dollars.
This topic alone is why y'all need to download the Stacks app. Like, if you don't have the Stacks app, like, because for the NFL draft, we are doing a giveaway. I'm not saying what prospects gear we're giving away, but we are giving away some of this year's prospects gear, autographed gear. So, I mean, download the Stacks app because this is getting into that conversation. I like that.
But I'm going to get back to eating my honey bunches of oats and waiting for the next topic because I don't really care about him.
It's Pang's
Hey.
turn.
Pang. That's
I
funny.
kind of was saying Pat on this. I really don't care about the situation because I don't know. He just doesn't seem like he's that good as of right now. Like I said, I don't really watch a ton of college, but from
It's
everyone's
Carolina.
takes and from just the flags that we always get for these kind of players, that's kind of like cool. He could be great. And where does he go? I don't know. I mean, we saw how many guys fall last year. Justin Fields fell down to halfway through the draft.
Yeah.
So who really knows at this point? I mean, who thought Mac Jones, who was originally going to be the 3rd overall, go to New England?
I don't
So-
remember the last time a quarterback class like this has been a complete cluster of mysteries.
It's
in
a
terms of
DJ
winning.
Manuel.
Yeah, it's a clusterfuck of mysteries. Seriously,
Daniel
It's
Jones.
a gaggle.
and,
It's a gaggle. It's a gaggle fuck.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes at the end of the first, or someone trades up.
or even falls out. And to
or
be
falls
honest,
out. Like I said, it just happens. I mean, I think everyone expecting there has to be a first-round quarterback that hasn't been watching enough football. Doesn't have to be. Who was Brady Quinn? Great quarterback, came out of college and went basically at the end.
I was so high on him, and goddamn, that was a horrible take.
For what Nick
he
said,
went to the
for-
Browns. That's the Browns'
hold on.
fault.
For what
But,
Nick
yeah.
said, those are my obvious 3 choices. But out of all of them, I think that Carolina is going to pull the trigger first.
Yeah, if I had to pick a team, it might be.
I'm
Carolina.
wondering
think
about
no.
that.
I think Carolina pulls the trigger on Pickett.
That's
They-
what I'm afraid of.
He's the only
It's him or
day
Pickett.
one. Like what?
Carolina, it's either Willis or Pickett.
It is
Yeah.
Pickett at this point, in my opinion.
What Matt Rule said explicitly, there's only one QB worthy of taking in the top 10. One guy. So it's
So-
got to be one or the other, most likely.
And Matt
Sounds
Rule
like-
is trying to,
Corral.
no, but the Matt Rule is trying to save his ass and get a quarterback that can
Hold
start
on.
day
It
one.
sounds like
which is Kenny
we're gonna
Pickett.
see. It sounds like we're gonna see Raj on the app trying to win a jersey. Is
Maybe.
what I hear. He's gonna be on Stacks app. Taco.
That's it for me.
Well, I mean, I think we all just made great points of why the Panthers are looking at a quarterback. But a team that I think, other than what we mentioned here, is maybe the Saints. They just recently made a lot of noise with the way they were trading up for their
Saints.
draft picks. And when you start making moves like that, you're usually making a move for a quarterback. You're trying to get the right number of positions so you can maybe make that move if your guy's there, or maybe he could slide back to you at a decent spot, because it kind of feels like he might go the way of Justin Fields, where there's enough hype that he can go up there, but all of a sudden he falls for some reason. He falls into the right hands, and the Bears traded up to 15 to get him. I think that's where the Saints might be in this. You have Winston there for the first season. So you can give them a little time to develop. They're used to having like a gadget package with a quarterback coming in there to do something. So they'll be able to use athleticism off the bat. And I think that's a team where we have a decent wide receiver there, and Michael Thomas, where, you know what, maybe they want to take that quarterback now, because traditionally speaking, they're able to be a consistently good team that's not going to be able to get a top 5 pick. So I think that maybe they might be the team that ends up getting him.
I like that. A lot of what Dick has been hearing on the streets is lining up with what I've been hearing. I'm liking Carolina to go for Carson Strong, because he could be around possibly later. And I like the potential of Seattle. And look, we have another fucking channel member hopping in, Matt Dilly. Let's go. Let's go.
Matt?
Like I said,
ass cheeks though. Sorry.
we're trying to get that. Our goal is Wednesday night we'll have our very first premium members only rookie breakdown stream. So make sure you guys have your premium memberships locked in and ready to go. It's only $6.99. We have 2 questions left here on the show tonight. Recently, Rumboyz rookie. So we all know that we got connections with the homie Debo and shit. I had a feeling this is going to happen like sooner or later. But Deebo Samuel did remove all affiliation with the San Francisco 49ers from the social media. Do we believe he is going to be getting traded or moving on? What are we thinking, Taco? And Matt, yes, now's the time that your premium subscription pays for itself.
I mean, let's see here. Deebo Samuels is one of those elite wide receivers that really made a name for himself last season, because he's always had the injury issues. But once he finally got on the field, he blew up and he showed out. It's pretty much getting time for what? contract negotiations. You're talking about possibly trading him. So it seems like it's the trendy move for a lot of these athletes nowadays. They kind of get emotional once their names are in trade rumors or they're talking about extensions and things aren't going their way. So I think this could be just more of a psychological play with the 49ers to say, you know what? I don't care either. Business is business, and kind of just taking that approach, because at this point in time, I haven't heard anything specific about him being traded, but with the market the way it is right now, I mean, you can't rule it out.
Okay. Let's go, Raj.
I mean, personally, I don't think he'll get traded. This is just okay. The way I think about it is Debo's just trying to get his money. This has been a trend the past couple of years with players. And if I'm Debo and I'm thinking about it, the 49ers, they have me catching passes. They have me running out the backfield. They have me as a gadget player. They have me fucking throwing touchdowns when they want me to. That's not a sustainable way to play football.
That's not a sustainable role.
So let me get my bag
much.
now. Let me get my money. And then if something happened, God forbid I get injured, I can't keep up this play. I have my money. I'm set. So that's what, in my opinion, that's how Debo's thinking about it. But also, I think the wide receiver market is just absolutely fucked right now. And that 2019 class is really trying to get their bag. You know, you got DK, you got Terry, you got Deontay, you got Debo, you got all those guys who are about to get paid. And fucking Trent Baalke and Christian Kirk just fucked everyone over. I mean,
that was a whole fucking mess right there.
Jesus. The wide receivers in the NFL right now is like the housing market in the USA.
Oh,
bro. That shit is fucked.
Yeah, no, so I think
at this housing market in California.
Christian Kirk's contract is shit all over
the
wide receiver contracts in the future.
So bad. But yeah, I think that's really all it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Paying.
Real quick, national median on U.S. housing prices are about 400 to 500 G's. So it's the national now.
Yeah.
So it's not just Cali. No, I was letting Mike know.
I know it
dude. I'm looking for a house now, and trust me, like I know, bro. Yeah.
But as for Debo, you know what I don't like about the Debo move? It reminds me of Xavier Howard.
Statement here. If you want to read his comment.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
The point I'm getting at. These dudes that get hurt, these guys, plenty of these players get hurt all the time. Even the corner, even the safer positions, right? Mm-hmm. And Debo is out here trying to get paid for his one great year, one amazing historical year. Fuck, I don't care what you're telling
me, bro.
He's trying to get fucking paid on it. Mm-hmm. These teams aren't gonna do that shit. His team won't do it because it doesn't make sense for them. They're not going to go into this cap hell for a player that's played one season. It doesn't. Xavier Howard did this shit last year. He got mad. He got paid out. Got injured back-to-back years. Had good seasons nonetheless. Then he gets this great contract, and then he balls out harder the year after, and then is all of a sudden upset. I don't know. So wide receiver market's fucked. Debo won't. I don't think he'll get his money from the 49ers. I think him and I think Ayuk right now with Trey Lance, because Trey Lance loves throwing to Ayuk, they're gonna synergize, and Debo's gonna have to walk.
I think that Debo is
it's an insane contract to walk.
I feel like Debo's about to pull this. So I hate to bring another sport into it. I know I made fun of you guys at the beginning of the show for talking about baseball, but hold on.
Damn it!
Hold on, the same money.
Just got thrown out of the plate.
Hold on, the same money and the same money and the same shit that you got to give Shohei Ohtani. Mm-hmm. Like Debo is doing some Shohei shit. How Shohei is pitching and coming up to hit dingers. Like Shohei's clearing 2 bases per hit. Like period. With a guy like Debo, he's clearing fucking 15, 20 yards per jet sweep as a hybrid
per existence on the play,
So I think that Debo is on some shit in football that in the marketplace we haven't seen.
My turn.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Wait. Oh, damn. Yeah, no. Go for it.
No, I got my turn before we're getting towards.
Go ahead, Pat. Let's go.
All right. Does anyone know how much money Debo's already made so far in his career?
Like 10 million at total?
He's on his rookie salary. He's on his rookie.
Yeah.
Like
$3 million.
$3 million.
He's a second round pick in the rookie contract.
He wasn't a first round. He didn't get a first round.
Yeah. Of course, he wasn't first round. That's right. Yeah.
He was a second round.
Shohei isn't getting tackled by linebackers and D linemen. Fuck you, Z.
I'd watch baseball if that was going on.
Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
Overall, he's poised to make 3.8 million this year.
Yeah,
he's worth more than $3.8 million.
Oh, damn.
We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Fucking Nick gets it.
And with what he's going through, he needs to get his money.
We're not saying he doesn't get paid. He shouldn't get paid. But what we're saying is he's looking for a bag. Like he's looking for Tyreek money. More.
Debo is not at 26. He's not old. Stop it.
26.
Yeah, he's 26.
He's not getting Tyreek money. He's not getting Devontae money. But
because he
what
plays
he can
utility.
What he can do is
can he get Christian Kirk money?
Oh yeah.
I love that there's a question, but it's actually kind of a legitimate question.
22.5 to 25 million a year. That's where I feel like he is good enough for the team.
He said it best, man. You pay Tim, he turns to Todd Gurley. You're looking at a bad day. Now, if he takes it to the Super Bowl, it's cool. I love Todd Gurley's contract. He took him to a Super Bowl. All right.
That depends on
I'm on record for loving it.
Contract.
Yeah.
And if he wants that type of money, he has to put outs in those contracts.
And how much guaranteed money is he gonna get?
That's the big question of his.
I would assume when he's negotiating, he wants quite a bit.
He wants to be the highest paid non-QB in the NFL.
That's God, like okay, that's like Lev Bell back in the day when he wanted.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to mention.
Less money. That's fucking.
I was going to mention Lev Bell because Lev Bell didn't want to be the second franchise tag.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Considered a running back because
he wanted wide receiver money.
He wanted just offensive player.
Okay. Yeah, basically.
What are positions?
No, the legit quote was he wanted RB1 and wide receiver 2 money. That's what he wanted, essentially.
What are positions in the NFL if we're having more Debos in the league? Everyone's he could be a Debo. That's the case. These guys play.
I would love to see Debo. Like already.
Yes. They're gonna clone his ass too, and he's just gonna be all over the place.
Yo, hey, hold on, hey, hold on. But here's the thing: like when they clone him, are they gonna like Superboy? All right,
yeah, because of calcium in the bones first.
Are they gonna like Superboy clone? Because like when Superboy was cloned with Superman, hold on. Yeah, he Superboy was cloned with Lex Luthor and Kryptonian and Superman. Like, are they gonna do the same thing? I mean, like I heard a cloning joke, and I've been watching a lot of Young Justice, so
that show's fire.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, he's so damn versatile that they don't have to clone too many of him for like him to hold it all down. Honestly, okay.
Yes.
So,
I mean, while they're out, they could just clone Trent Williams too, and just have a whole line of Trent Williams.
Seriously, just like Trent Williams and then a bunch of Debos.
There you go.
No, sorry, they just video overturned to play.
No, but in terms of who has the highest cap hit, that's a non-QB right now. It's TJ Watt, who's number 5 out of everyone, out of the top 4 quarterbacks, with 31.1 million right now. So I guess that's what he's aiming for ultimately. I'm gathering because he wants to be like you said, he wants to be the highest paid non-QB in the entire NFL.
Is that his real goal?
That's what I heard from like
NFL.com.
That's rumor.
That's what we're hearing. So from my sources, that's what I'm hearing. But from also what I'm hearing is that there is a potential that it'll be a hybrid type of salary, and it could be the first contract of what we've seen of its liking in ever. Honestly,
what do you mean by that though? Like hybrid contract.
What we feel that a player like Devin Hester or Percy Harvin should have gotten a Cordell Patterson, like that's what we're possibly looking at, a scenario where It's not reset. We're not looking at a reset of the market for receiver or running back. We're looking at a market
position.
Exactly. We're looking at a market being set for a whole new position, for a whole new.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to the tight. It's kind of similar to the player that can play wide receiver tight end situation.
Yeah,
there's that market of that kind of player.
But except that ground can actually be broken here, and this is not a.
But ultimately, doesn't that hurt the receivers though when it comes to contract negotiations? Right?
We don't.
I mean, running backs are.
Here's the thing. We don't know that because there are two sides of this equation when it comes to the business side. It can hurt wide receivers and it can also hurt running backs. But it can also help special teams players. So we're in this really fucked up conundrum with the Deebo Samuel, and that's why Deebo Samuel is honestly like really such groundbreaking news, and it's important that we look at this because we know, like, and honestly, I'm like for this, I mean, he's a Rumboyz rookie. Like, I'm gonna break down the weed for this, like for real, like, because we got to talk about this calmly and collectively, because we're so used. What all of us been working in the industry, 5 or less years, like give or take, right? So it's like we've all been in the industry since 2018. Take a sip if you've been in since 2018.
No, 19.
Okay, so wait, Mike, you came in the industry at 2019.
Yeah, right at 19.
Well, technically, seeing as how I work in TV, I've been in since about 2015. But I mean, in terms of content creation and all that stuff, really just the last 3 years since 2018.
Okay, so
4 years, yeah.
So viewing the game, Raj, you've been with this team since almost like the birth of the company. Pat, how long you been in the industry? I'm gonna purposely call out everyone's resume to make my take fucking make sense. Pat, how long you been in?
2020-ish. Yeah, sure.
Taco,
you
pandemic. I know. Taco, I interviewed you, and I know that you came during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. So hear me out. All right. So, Pang, how long you been in the industry?
Pandemic, 2019.
Okay. So, you guys have seen this more so from the fan standpoint. From someone that has had to work it and collect the data, I'm gonna tell you straight the fuck up. Like I'm gonna tell you straight the fuck up from like a high level from the GMs and the scouts and shit that like I've spoken to. So even when I went to interview Deebo and like, you know, and his file got sent to me, I remember when his tape got sent to me and I had to practice for those interviews and everything. And I specifically remember receiving an email for Deebo that said he's gonna change the game. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know in what capacity. Financially, now that I know more about contracts, I know more about how the game has been. This is different. This is completely different. I don't know. I can't put a number on what Deebo is going to be worth. Like, if you were to ask me if Deebo were to go to the Bills or go to the Bears for like David's sake, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you were to ask me if Deebo if you were to ask me what it would take for y'all to pay for him, I can't tell you because your system is so unpredictable that it's like you're paying him top dollar.
I just know we don't have enough cap space right now as it is. That's for damn sure. Like Deebo's that valuable, you know?
But that's one thing that we all know. That's one thing that we all know. We all know how valuable the one player is.
Yeah.
We've never seen a player perform at
that
level.
Yeah.
Is he worth more than Tyreek?
Yes, I would say so.
No.
I would say he's more valuable than Tyreek at this point. Like, we're talking future. Like this second, he's only got 1 year to prove, like the 1 year to show for. But in the future,
we talking about in
fantasy?
In fantasy?
No, I'm talking for real life NFL because for a reason.
Is he generational?
Yes.
Possibly.
No. He's healthy.
Are you going to pay him more than $31.5 million a year average?
No,
salary?
because I've never seen a player do. We haven't seen it since.
That's my point. That's my point. I don't think the teams are willing to.
The other argument is, do we even need
he's
it?
going to hold out.
There is an argument that we do need him paying. We haven't seen a player do this since Percy.
If they do it once, is that worth?
But even better than Percy.
You know what?
So much better than Percy.
This is great for the incentive-based contracts where it's like, okay, you can get like a solid base of like maybe 20 million, and then like you can make maybe like 10 to 15 million in incentives if you hit like XYZ metrics for
Or
like
like-
kind of players.
Yeah.
Hey, yo,
like
I
might sound like an idiot right now. I might sound like an
Wait,
idiot.
stop. Really quick. Hey, Nick Howard, drop a comment in the chat. I want to make sure in the chat because I want you here for the next topic. I want to make sure you're in the chat for the next topic. Go ahead, Mike.
I might sound like I don't think someone's that great, but I don't know if Percy Harvin. I agree with David. I don't think Percy Harvin was that great compared to Debo.
Yeah.
To me, Percy Harvin, I know Robbie's gonna be mad at me for saying this. Percy Harvin, I don't know in Debo's prime can hold Debo's shoulder pads on the side of the field.
Hold on, stop it. I know I'm not mad at you for saying that because I'm thinking the same thing. But I am thinking in the context of this is a motherfucking business at the end of the day. And when we're talking like when we're talking about at that given time, what those guys deserved, we all know as genuine motherfucking football fans that players that are making a difference at not one, not two, but three different positions are when a motherfucker can take the game into their own hands and change the whole thing. Look, as much as I clowned it on Twitter and I clowned the fucking Cordell Patterson signing, that's why the Falcons did what they did, because he's the only guy that on three phases of football that can handle at least helping us win some games.
Yeah.
See, I agree with you there, but my whole point is I don't think Percy Harvin was that person back then to hold the flag.
But what I'm saying, if it wasn't for Percy, and if it wasn't for Percy, if it wasn't for Devin Hester, then we're not even beginning to entertain. Like if it wasn't for those guys and Debo did what he did, removing the whole, doing the whole shit that we're used to when players are ready for contract negotiations. If it wasn't for the Percys and the Devins, we're not even talking about this fucking topic, bro.
I mean, I wish they did.
Yeah, they all came before him. Yeah, but obviously that was,
his fault. I agree with you on the fact that they started. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm just saying
2.0
on the level. That's all I'm saying.
Yes,
But,
exactly.
I guess
Either way, I just don't think the money makes sense for Debo. Debo is not the greatest player to step onto the field. He's not worth 3 positions or 2.5 positions.
Everyone here either has an LLC for their own fantasy football business or works for an LLC. Am I correct or am I fucking wrong?
You're right.
Correct? So if we really fucking wanted to, it cost legitimately nothing for any one of us, no matter what company we work for. We could use our company names and we could be like, I'm flying in for the NFL draft. And we know we've done this job long enough. We've never had a guy, one player that could do the things he does and dictate this. This is crazy.
But here's my question. What about guys like Austin Eckler
that is worth that much money?
Run the ball a lot, that also have the great receiving ability.
But he's even more valuable, if you ask me, than Austin Eckler.
You're right,
but Austin Eckler's not
those guys are similar in the vein where you can't put Debo he's not a million times better than an Austin Eckler type.
Taco. This is where I am pulling out my scouting cap on you. This is where me as a scout, I'm gonna tell you they're not the same.
They're not.
I wouldn't say they're the same. He's got to step above Matt at the bare minimum.
What I'm not saying the same as just as the volume. He's a catch and run type guy. Volume wise,
he's not a high pointer.
Hold on, stop it. For Austin Eckler, I have to plug him behind an offensive line that is big and tall. For Debo Samuel, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You better hope you have a good personal trainer though for him, because he's gonna pull a hamstring, he's gonna pull a calf, he's gonna hurt his foot.
Manage that load. Christian
McCaffrey.
So if you're managing that load, why are you paying? you can't pay him $30 million.
No,
So-
I just mean don't put him in a dangerous situation. Like don't make him
Why,
like
don't
the
put him in
absolute
football?
sole identity.
Okay,
You know?
okay. Going back again, this is why people fucking drop the donos and shit, because we're the people that know the ins and outs. We know the agents, we know the publicists. Why, if I'm Deebo Samuel, and to Pat's point, if I know that the workload that I'm being given requires me to have a top-notch personal trainer, Buffalo sounds like a really good fucking place, because who has one of the top 5 personal training facilities in the entire NFL? It's Buffalo.
If that
Cool.
happened, the AFC would be a wrap. The Bills would easily win it, I think, at that point.
Cool. I don't get the market, but we all watch Ballers on HBO. We know Buffalo will pay money. Miami has a great training facility. Miami will pay money.
It's not great. I've seen him lose every year.
I mean, he is going to be a hefty price.
Hey, hold on. Just because you have a good training.
The question also needs to be asked: does Deebo care about winning?
Yeah, I think he cares about. Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to care about winning no matter what team he's on. He's going to do his best, and he's going to push forward.
Yeah.
To help the team win.
Okay, better comparison.
Does
Is he
that help?
more valuable than Christian McCaffrey at his peak?
Yes.
Yes.
End of discussion.
Really?
I disagree with Pat on this.
Oh, it's close. It's real close. That's a good
Oh,
question.
wait. Nick has a great question. For y'all's opinion on Deebo's success, we're gonna do this by the sip. No, we're gonna do this by the sip. So, hey, I'm gonna count it down from 3. All right, Nick. We're gonna all answer your question. You can calculate how many members. We're gonna do it by the sip. Is Deebo a success based off his talent, or based off the staff or the play calling? If it's
Talent, no doubt.
Let's do talent. Let's do talent or play calling. If it's a talent, take a sip. If not, don't. 3, 2, 1, go.
Definitely talent.
Play call definitely helps it.
I saw 4 people take a sip, right? No, 5.
You said take a sip for talent, right?
Yeah, for talent.
Yeah. That's me. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think honestly though, like this guy is basically Inspector Gadget if you were playing fucking football. He does everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And because of that, like he has so much leverage right now, it's unreal. Like more leverage than maybe like every other non-QB or every other like.
Well, while he's still in a rookie contract, let's remember he only made $3 million this year. Let's remember he only made $3 million.
He's got 1 more year left, and then
he's only made $3 million
agent,
total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now he's got
making $4 million this year.
He's got the most leverage out of, and I think even more than any wide receiver out there, considering the fact, not saying he's the best wide receiver out there. I'm just saying more than any other wide receiver out there, considering how many different roles he fills into, you know? And because of that, and because the 49ers offense, like he is easily head and shoulders, even more than George Kittle, more than Elijah Mitchell, you know, the most valuable asset to that 49ers offense. The 49ers organization, they're fucking lapdogs right now. For Deebo Samuel, they will like if he says heal, they better fucking heal, because if he's gone, that offense is in shambles in comparison.
I disagree.
No. I'm serious. Even if you said who would you move on, Jimmy Garoppolo right now? You know, in terms because we don't know what Trey Lance is. Trey Lance for sure that guy right now. We don't know. Are they going to have a better year now? Are they going to have a better year next year with Trey Lance or with Jimmy Garoppolo? We don't know. We don't quite know yet because we haven't seen a ton of Trey Lance. But I would say personally, Deebo Samuel is more valuable than Jimmy Garoppolo right now. If you moved on and instead brought in Trey Lance and he's the quarterback, I would choose that, keeping Deebo Samuel instead of giving away Deebo Samuel and keeping Jimmy Garoppolo.
They're not keeping
doubt.
Jimmy G. You know they're not trying to. They got hold.
I'm just saying if that were to come into play, you know.
He's gone by June.
This guy's only had 1 season where he's been mostly healthy, and you're going to give him all this money, and you don't want a lot of guaranteed money. You might be better off just trading him and getting.
But he's winning championships. I think that's what Deebo is also trying to drive here. Is the fact that like this guy is getting us close. So like if you don't make it happen, I'm gonna fucking make it happen. Hey yo, chat, I have a question dropping for you guys. You have to answer with a 1 or a 2. Let's keep this fucking vibe going.
All right, so real quick, I just wanted to throw on my take was that is Deebo better than prime Antonio Brown?
No. Not even
No,
close.
Debo,
we're not
that-
there yet. Bro, stop
don't
it,
know
Hank.
yet.
We're
We
not
are
there
though.
yet.
He's not better than Prime
We don't know
CMC.
yet. This
And
is
this
his
is
better
first
why I'm
than-
voting
legit
weed.
breakout year.
And this
you know?
is why I'm smoking weed right here.
Is
Go
Debo
ahead.
better
No,
than
continue.
Prime Brandon Marshall?
Again,
No.
we don't know yet.
No.
This is his first breakout year.
I got 1, 2. Let me get
First,
it. Let me
Brandon
let me
Marshall's been
get
breaking out since he existed with all sorts of crap.
let me
I
get
mean,
one
I'm
or
just saying,
two
like, I
more
don't
votes.
understand
Let
why
me
we're
get one
paying
or
this
two
guy.
more votes. Look, man, I'm not making that comparison, bro. Like that comparison alone, like I'm grabbing the bowl to smoke, bro, because like just you saying that stresses me out. Okay,
We're
we got
talking
two.
about a wide receiver that can take over the game. Antonio Brown, as much as I don't care for the guy, literally took over games, took over seasons.
Hold on. Antonio Brown got this channel paid a lot. Okay.
I don't care. I'm saying I don't like the guy a ton, but he was one of the best of probably in the last 10 years easily.
And all I was saying is just from a personnel standpoint in terms of retaining him, because I think he's, the money situation is going to be very tricky because asking for that is a shit ton of money, obviously. But I think you can find ways to work around. Like Mickey Loomis this offseason. Remember the Saints were in salary cap, like purgatory, salary cap hell. They were so far into the deficit, but they converted all that money into signing bonuses.
Oh,
Maybe
has a
if
good
they
point.
did something like that, maybe they can make it work. But he's so vital to their offense more than anyone on that team that like you have to do everything in your possibility to make it happen.
The most vital piece of that offense is Shanahan. He makes it all.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Taco, I agree with that. No, Taco, I agree with that. I do agree with that.
It's close though.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep it pushing. We're going to get into the next topic. This topic here is very interesting. So what I want everyone to really, really do is for real, share the content, share it on your Snapchat, share it on your TikTok, share it on your Instagram. Like everyone really has to share has to share the content. This topic is really interesting. Before we get into it, shout out to the chat for setting the vibe. I was like how many other sports shows do you know that can be like, hey y'all, we're keeping a vibe going. Let me know what instant you want me to light. Let me know what strain you want me to smoke. And like that be a thing. Speaking of strains, before I get into this next topic, I have strawberry gelato and I have lemon zest. Let me know one or two. Strawberry gelato, which is my favorite, is number 1. Lemon zest is 2. We're going to get into the next topic while we just lit this Egyptian musk for the whole chat. We're clearing out the spirits. We're making sure that everyone is having a good time, a good vibe. Gentlemen, I know that you guys have been paying attention to the show sheet, but I don't know if before I wrote this, I don't know if you guys heard about this. I did post this on Twitter. Z2's like, I don't have Snap. He literally fucking follows me on Snap, bro. Like he messages me every other day. Like the NFL right now, right? They're pushing to make flag football an Olympic sport. All right, so we're talking 7-on-7 flag football. I don't know if you guys have ever played in a league, but like the rules for flag football and 7-on-7 are a little bit different. What do you guys feel about this? Me personally, hey, yo, Nick Howard, I know that you're in the chat, and this is why I wanted you to stick around. I'm down to put together a Rumboyz team and go to a tryout.
Let's do it. I love it.
Who's taking we start off first? Is it Taco?
I think so.
Sure, I'll go.
Let's go.
I personally love it. It's great for the game. It gives you exposure to all these different countries. Now they're gonna start looking it up. It's gonna how did basketball become such an international sport? Dream Team went out to Barcelona and they become idols and rock stars throughout the whole world. This will be great for the NFL to grow the game. As we know, it's more of a national sport than an international sport, and I think it'll do wonders for them. Plus, it'll be fun because you could probably bring back some of the older guys and let them have some fun out there.
Okay, I like that. Before we get into the next take, when you say like older guys, like, are we talking like in your perspective, the like Joe Montanas and like such,
The
or
guys
like
that are like 2-3 years out the league that just retired and still got it in them, but can't play a full NFL season.
so like the Cam Newton,
Calvin Johnson. I would love to see him, though.
Calvin
the
would be
Megatrons and
sick.
shit.
Oh,
Okay.
that'd be
Fire.
so dope. Oh, God, that'd be
Like
awesome.
him in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like what?
Be incredible.
Finally
No,
get us something, win at something.
I
It feels
like
like
it.
the 3-on-3 basketball tournament that like ESPN did for a while back, where they bring.
Hey,
back
yo,
That was
Hey.
pretty sick.
A big
Hey.
three? Yeah.
Hold on, really quick. I do want to state, Nick. Hey, yo, hold on. I need to get fucking Nick. I need to get Nick my new number, and like the thing is, he's not on social media, so I can't fucking like text him. Nick, I need to get you my new number. For those that don't know, at the Fantasy Football Expo this year, there is a flag football game. It's a 5-on-5. We can't do 7-on-7 because motherfuckers gonna get hurt and shit. I mean, especially playing against me. I mean, I hate to break you out your motherfucking ankles. But the Rumboyz, we are sponsoring a team. I don't quote me on this. I do believe that the game is for charity. But yeah, the Rumboyz are putting our we have a team together, but we still have a couple spots open. So if you are going to the Fantasy Football Expo, you want to play, hit me up, DM me on Twitter, and we're gonna get you taken care of. Raj, how do you feel about flag football entering the Olympics?
I mean, I think it's pretty cool. It just depends on who plays. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I don't know if y'all have watched women's flag football. That shit is fire. Yo, that shit goes hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I feel like that'd be pretty fun to watch, man. It's different for sure. I mean, like I think it was Pat mentioned, they had that 3-on-3 basketball tournament the last Summer Olympics, whenever that was. So it could definitely be a thing, So like they've already started to kind of jump into that realm of non-traditional kind of street in a way sports, right? So flag football could definitely be one of those, and would it be something that like I follow or watch? I don't know.
Hey,
you know what I mean? Like
who's old enough to remember NFL Street on PlayStation?
Oh, I love that game.
NFL Street was fucking
greatest
amazing.
football game ever. Love that game.
Take a sip if you remember NFL Street.
Fucking love it. And NFL Street 2 is the shit. And 3 too, to be honest.
NBA Street games were better though, but
NBA Street is fire.
It depends. They were both great. They were both
Papito.
That's what I pictured this shit being. Hey, papi,
Papito,
¿qué pasó?
yeah,
¿Qué pasó? Oh, he said papito. I thought he was like calling me and like immediately. Oh. But because that was my name in the fucking hood, bro. Like that was my name in the hood.
Really?
So I was like, oh shit. I was like, what's up? Go ahead and continue, Raj.
Papito.
Go ahead and continue, Raj.
But yeah, I mean, I just don't know, like from a financial standpoint, how much of a success is it gonna be, right? Like for either the NFL or the Olympics to make it a thing, or could like continue.
But if you're the Olympics, are you? How you said you're not sure of how much of a financial standpoint is that because you're looking through the lens of full contact football and
Partially, but also because the Olympics that's it's an international thing. People from every country watch it, and that's why that's why Olympic basketball doesn't pull ratings like the NBA does, even internationally, because people don't care about their if you compare Olympic basketball ratings to NBA ratings, it's not even close. And I'm talking internationally, not in the US or not in North America, internationally.
Okay,
right.
Okay,
So and then
but you don't think that even just a little bit of football does not boost the ratings? Like,
I'm just saying, I feel like it's not going to be financially, like it's not going to be a move that such a large corporation. I mean, I think the Olympics at this point are a corporation would make, because
all right,
it's not something.
Skateboarding is an Olympic sport now.
Before I go into Raj's take, I want to let this be known that the NFL is planning this for the debut of this to happen at the 2028 Olympics, which will take place in Los Angeles.
You took my point.
So
Okay.
wait,
So what's enticing these old European motherfuckers to watch it?
but
Like
Raj,
nothing.
hold on, stop it, Raj. No, stop it. All right, hold on, guys. All right, now we're getting to a very serious moment because no, stop it. Hold on. I have fucking Raj. You're my fucking young Padawan, bro. Like I've taught you so much about marketing and shit. So be letting you know that it's in LA. Does it change ticket sales? Does it change viewership for you? Doesn't change anything.
I'm saying from an international standpoint, right? Because that's what really matters.
They have until 2028 to market it.
If players are international players, if they're trying to make a push to play football, they're not going to make a push to play in the Olympics and play flag football. They're going to make a push.
Why
for the
not?
NFL.
Oh
Why would they want to?
Why is there not a reason to fucking be competitive, Pat?
You can be competitive, but you're not going to.
Did you see
not
curling?
You're not going to push
curling
talent.
could be an
You're not going to push
Pat,
the top end talent from a country when there's oftentimes just a few standouts from each country coming out at a time right now to the NFL.
Pat, hold on, Pat. You're one of the fucking few people legitimately on Twitter that has the set of fucking balls to debate me. So we're doing this now. What makes you think that it won't happen, bro? For me, what makes me think that it will happen is that, to me, seeing the globalization of basketball and baseball, these motherfuckers like love us, bro. Like coming from someone that was stationed in Europe and stationed overseas. As much as I used to joke, you stupid American, they fucking love us, bro. They have McDonald's overseas, and at the McDonald's in Italy, you can fucking legitimately order a Heineken, bro.
But why? Okay, why are you gonna take pure American football, water it down to flag football?
It's not watered down. Flag football is a fucking sport, bro.
Yeah, there's so much more regulation with normal football.
So much. But
have they said how they're going to make their teams? Because you could have a woman on it, you could have a guy on it, you can make it across genders.
Okay, so no.
Let
me finish.
To Taco's point, let's assume that it's all males. Let's assume that it's all dudes, bro. Now what?
I don't think that changes anything.
Why not just come to the? Why not just?
You guys got my attention to all males. Can you please get back to that question?
like that's the point. Why would I specialize? You're not gonna have NFL players choosing to go to the Olympics to play flag football.
So wait, you don't think that you don't think that Michael Vick and Josh Gordon are gonna want to do this?
Maybe not Gordon.
Okay, but no. But if the NFL is running this, do you think players who are blackballed from the league are going to be playing flag football?
Yes.
No, they're not.
That's the perfect way politically for the NFL to cover us the fuck up.
But the whole point is that the NFL doesn't want them there. Like, why? Oh, fucking the NFL. We suspended Martavius Bryant 1,000 times. Oh, let's get him to play fantasy or not fantasy, football. You know what I mean?
You guys think they're gonna let
I like out of all the motherfuckers you picked the Steelers guy, the fucking one Steelers. You're gonna pick out of everybody. And
Antonio Brown.
You could have said Michael Vick. You said no. I'm gonna fucking go with Martavius Bryant.
NFL players
so many times,
got
bro.
in trouble for weed possession and smoking weed to be in this league. Not for the Olympics.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, we saw what happened with Sha'Carri Richardson, didn't we?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Hold on.
What is the NFL? What is not even the NFL? The NFL does.
Hear me out. Hold on. Hear me out. Everyone fucking knows that I've wanted to do nothing more. Like, of course, I would love to play football on the highest level. We know that I'm not big enough to do that. I'm not healthy enough or fast enough to do that anymore. Okay, we fucking know this, but we also know that I'm a fucking incredible flag football player. Like we all know that. Like at the end of the day, playing flag, even still at 30 years old, like I hung up my cleats for tackle at 28. I'll still get out there on the field with the best of the best of them. I don't give a fuck if you played in the NFL. I've played against guys that have been on NFL practice squads. They may have not started in the NFL, but I played against guys that have played in preseason motherfucking games. Bro, if you mean to tell me, like straight up, like I can go and there's an opportunity to compete and play in the Olympics, like fuck that. Like fuck that. Hold on. But also to that same standpoint, you're not gonna fucking convince me from a marketing standpoint that if you advertise this right, you have from now until 2028 in the LA Olympics, you're not gonna fucking convince me that in a big enough market like LA that this shit ain't gonna be profitable. You're fucking bugging.
You're thinking about it from an American standpoint. You're not thinking about internationally.
Internationally, they'll have no problem selling tickets for any
Pause, hookers.
Almost every Olympic event sells out. They're gonna have no
I'm
problem.
telling you guys now, you guys got that all wrong if you don't think international. So I don't care for the flag football.
Well, they're not gonna put up a competitive enough team.
No, that doesn't have to. The way I look at it,
I would love to see a flag football, like a professional flag football league. I think that would be great for the.
I'm trying to bring really quick so everyone knows I'm trying to bring your comments up in the chat. My laptop screen, which is touchscreen, has a crack in it, so I can't bring you guys' comments up. It's acting weird, so I do apologize.
So, real quick, go ahead. This really fast. So let me talk to you about internationals, at least from what I do, because I have a lot of international residents and shit that I work with or have to deal with. The power move in China is to take photos in front of a Costco.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
If you take a photo of yourself at a Costco and post it on Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, it's a way of flexing that you're in LA. It's exactly what they do.
Yeah,
and it gets hundreds, if not millions, of fucking views, likes, and etc. It's what they do, right?
Okay, because
no, let me finish. But I'm saying, the other portion of it is that, like, and this is what we didn't bring up, but let's talk about race. Fucking black people have fucking the craziest amount of swagger in other countries. That the minute they walk onto a street, Japan, fucking China, fucking Thailand, any of these other fucking areas, it's immediate exposure. Immediately. It'd be still the racism behind it's pretty hard, but they'll get swarmed. Now, I don't think it's gonna be major star power, but if it's some exposure wise, it could be very, very credible. And I don't really care for the flag football. Like I said, I just don't give two craps about it, to be honest. But it's gonna there's a potential to do a lot more positive for the players than it's ever gonna harm them, right?
Okay,
they just have to go out there. Hell, they have these guys that are on fucking doing ads in overseas.
Pang. You work with Rumboyz since the pandemic, correct? Or were you with? I know you signed with Fantasy Six Pack first. And then you came on with us in the middle of the pandemic, right? Like October time frame?
Something like that.
So we had discussed this before, and we have, as a network and as a channel, we've always discussed that the globalization of the sport that we love, it's imperative. Like, yes, we have exclusivity in North America because we're Monday, Thursday, and Friday from a programming standpoint. Bro, if we could get international kids and people fucking wearing jerseys, and so what if it starts off as just flag?
Yeah, no one's gonna watch it from our side, but it might be what they need to dip their toes into football. Like it might get them interested.
I think it would be potentially.
If they're spending money on going to what is it, London, and aren't they trying to go to Germany? The NFL is doing everything they can to try to grow the game internationally.
Yeah, they are.
This is literally saying it's the Olympics. Skateboarding just became part of the Olympics.
You guys remember the old man combine?
But then look at the ratings for the London games.
They really care. Okay, the London games may have those ratings, but this is going to be held in LA.
Eric, hear me out. Hear me out. This is our sport.
Drew Brees could be the quarterback for Team USA. Come on,
fellas.
I love
fellas. This is our fucking sport.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is our shit. From covering it, from playing the fucking fake game around it, to gambling on the lines.
Oh my God!
Reporting on it. Hold on. Yo, hey, at the end of the day,
he gets a flag. That's like 7 points.
At the end of the day, this is our opportunity to globalize. This opportunity to create more jobs in our industry. This opportunity for sideline reporters for flag or in the box creator or
Great
in the
jobs.
box commentators.
Yeah.
Listen,
Booth
I don't.
commentators, yeah.
Everyone that wants to fucking hate, I'm sorry, but we've all wrote articles for all these other publications. We've made content. Fuck you. If the USFL, if the XFL, if the Olympics wants to fucking make football a thing, at this point, to see the independent people grow, or even to see the people that are already up at the top, shout out to my homies at ESPN, NFL Network, so on and so forth, even for my homies that are at the top to get an opportunity and then make way for other people at the bigger networks, I don't give a fuck because it's a circle of life. Like, straight up, it's a circle of life, and it is what it is. Like, you know,
I just the thing is, I wonder like who's going to be what's the influx of players going to look like? Is it going to be guys from the XFL? Is it going to be guys from the USFL? Is it going to be ex NFL players?
Do y'all see the dumbass comment on the screen?
This but David, you're thinking from a U.S. standpoint. How many countries are going to compete?
No, that's what I was about to ask that
So,
too. Like, how
I was
many
actually gonna get to
countries
that
are they
portion.
exposed to football yet? Like to understand like the legitimate rules of the game and how to play it and how to function within it. Like that's interesting, but I think it'd be the best attempt to explore international connection within that sport. Because like flag is obviously there's a lot less regulation that's needed compared to playing normal football. Flag football is so much easier to learn, by the way, than learning normal football. Obviously.
No, it's not. No, it's
I would
not.
say it is. You think it's harder? Really?
All right, so I'll say this for someone that's played both. I have to use my hips a lot more in flag. Shit! It's when you hear multiple stops from Robbie. Yeah. No, for sure.
Hold on.
Yeah. What I'll say is I have to use my hips a lot more in flag because I'm trying to make sure that you don't grab my flag.
I'm not saying you have to be like, in terms of athleticism, what's harder or easier. I mean, in terms of the rules,
Oh yeah, I mean the rules. So like in flag, I can't stiff arm you because that's called flag guarding. So not being able to press off of someone, being called for illegal aggression. Because if you don't want to go for my flag and you try and wrap me up, and I put my shoulder through your motherfucking face, like, it's a different dynamic, but it's a skill set. Like honestly, like flag, like the motherfuckers that's played NFL, like I know motherfuckers that can play better flag than NFL. Like I said, I've gone up against guys that have played NFL ball. Like granted, it's been preseason ball for them, and you can say what you want. At the end of the day, that's a motherfucking NFL player that I went up against. If you don't like it, if you feel like I'm soft or whatever, like fuck you. Look at how big the person I went up against, and when we're helmet to helmet, it's real, And I played semi-pro. I played flag.
But you don't have to worry about like spearing with someone with a helmet, leaning with the crown of the helmet, all that advanced, all those advanced rules and regulations.
The mental game in flag is every play, every movement, even like with your body physically, is a chess move.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's like I'm not dissing the sport of flag football at all. I just think that would probably be the best attempt to establish like an international connection amongst other nations out there, especially with the NFL trying to make it global. Like that's where I think the best way. That's what I think is the best way to start doing that.
Competitively speaking. I mean, trying to make anything political. We already know Russia wants to steroid the fuck out of their athletes and try and compete against us. Why not go heads up, you bitch? Like,
anyway,
you can't win in
war. Back to another point, really quick. So this thing that you guys are talking about is, you guys remember the old man combine? I was trying to ask this earlier. You remember the old man combine?
Yeah.
It was like in 2017, 18. There was a Japanese player that tried out from Japan. That went over there, and he was one of the better players. He actually almost got signed, but wasn't for the language barrier. He went to the Ravens.
But to that same opposite paying, I know rugby players.
There was another player this year, actually, that got invited to NFL this year too, Yoshida Omi. Like, the sport's picking up. People want to be involved. And this is a way for people to kind of spotlight themselves from other countries.
It'd
Like,
be good.
it's a
Like
thing.
through
So,
the Olympic Avenue, it'd be great. I really think it would be. It's very
is it going
promising.
to be super huge? I don't think so, but I think it's definitely going to gain exposure. Like I don't think it's a full no. If the other 70 random ass sports in the Olympics can have something, I would not be surprised if flag football.
But
is big.
how many of those
I've got
sports pull numbers? That's the question. Not a
It
lot
does
of
have
them.
Hey,
memes.
y'all just reminded me of an interesting anecdote I wanted to share real quick anecdote. I used to live in England, so I have a lot of friends over there still to this day that I'm still in touch with and stuff. And this goes beyond even just England. I know people from Germany and all that stuff. They're familiar with guys like Odell Beckham Jr. and players of that prominence and that level of fame. Like they know those guys, and they absolutely idolize those guys. Not just obviously from the personality standpoint, because that's one thing, but also their on the field performance too. And I think if you get big names like that, whether it's ex-NFL players or maybe some of the bigger hot shots in the XFL or the USFL league, maybe this could be a promising avenue, even more so than what we're doing with the USFL and the XFL down the road.
I'm pretty sure this was the same argument for basketball decades ago. Like, how is basketball going to go international? You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure Tom
But
Brady
basketball
was
already
something
was
in the
international
phone,
because the EuroLeague was a thing. People
Hey,
knew
yo,
about
hey,
basketball.
hey.
There was
But,
local
but
basketball.
there are other
really
leagues
quick.
in other countries.
Hey, yo, really quick. I love this
Not to
comment
the
by Z2.
prominence.
Hold on.
Not to the prominence of the U.
I love this comment by
Sure,
Z2.
but they all start somewhere.
Hold on. I love this comment by Z2, even despite this one before. By the way, first off, I am going to address this while I have a little bit of silence. You will not beat me in one-on-one. I hope that you already have your ticket booked. I hope that you already have your ticket booked for Canton, because we're going to get it fucking popping. But one of the things that Z2 says here in the chat, hang on, god damn it. More track stars will get signed over flag football players from the Olympics. Here's my thing. Come from someone who played corner, and off the YouTube clips that I've seen, I'll let Usain Bolt, as a fellow Jamaican, run right past me. Because, nigga, you ain't catching shit. Straight up. You can be fast all you want. Fast means, hey, y'all remember the movie, the Replacements?
Meetings.
Hey,
Yeah, him too.
Yeah.
Y'all remember the Replacements? Remember Orlando Bloom?
Yeah.
Z2, you just that's all you're describing.
Or Orlando Jones, you mean? Orlando
Orlando
Jones, the white,
yeah, or Orlando Bloom from
Orlando Jones, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about.
Remember Little Giants? The kid that couldn't catch any of the sticky stuff. And he's like this.
That's great.
Really quick, we do have technically.
Someone shut up that pussy.
Technically for
I
the
thought that was
fans,
mine for some reason, but it's not mine. It's somebody else's.
technically for the fans, we do have one more topic. It is a fantasy football topic. Does the staff want to run this? I actually don't have to be anywhere anymore. My late night, canceled, so we can actually run this topic. Does the staff want to do it for the fans? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Do the fans want the last topic? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's go.
Let's do quick fire.
Let's do it.
I mean, I'm gonna let you guys with this question. I have a feeling you guys are actually gonna get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some intellectual minds with us as usual. This is a very important topic. So if you want to take notes, feel free to take out pen and paper or open up your notepad on your phone. Everyone here is going to peer into their crystal ball. Nothing is factual. This is a way too early. What player in the upcoming fantasy football season will see the most regression this year, and why? Pat, hold on, fucking Nick. Does fuck go with yeah? Fuck does go with yeah. Pat, you don't get to raise your hand. I'm making.
I heard we're canceling each other over fantasy takes.
All right, you know what? Because of that, we're gonna let Pat go first. If you don't come with some fucking fire,
Mark Andrews, tight end. Ravens.
Oh, that is spicy. Alrighty,
Yeah, fuck the Ravens.
Hold on. Friend of the show. friend of the show. Y'all have never seen him in the chat, but he does watch. Mark.
Mhm.
We are going to let Pat go, and we're going to let Pat give his take. You know how it is, bro. The show was the show. Hold on, the show was the show. But you better fucking take everything that Pat says right now, and you go off, brother, because you know we fucking love you. Pat, the floor is yours. But if the brother Mark goes off on the field, we know he ain't gonna do it on Twitter.
If he's coming for my Twitter, he's weak in the head game.
Hey, hold on, whoa. Respect the bro, but go ahead.
Who comes at people on Twitter? Eli Apple. Who's weak in the head? Eli Apple.
Stop. Eli Apple has had problems. Hold on.
Shots fired.
Hold on. Wait. A little background on the Eli Apple thing before Pat does go. There's a lot of history between the Rumboyz family and the Eli Apple family.
Yep.
Pat, that was going to happen regardless. They don't like us. Go ahead and give your take.
Yeah. So, regression from last year, or just coming back down to earth, I don't see Mark Andrews having a 1,300-yard season again, along with 9 touchdowns and 100-plus catches. It's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
And that put him in like the top 3 tight ends. Is he going to have a great tight end season? Absolutely. What does a great tight end season look like? 6,805.
Can I counter?
Sure.
So we both know that Lamar,
which would still be his second best career season.
We both know that Lamar is not going to stop throwing on the run at any given time, which means that the tight end seam is always open and will always be open. And we also know that the tight end slant, that 7 yard, that 7 to 5 that Andrews hits is always going to be there. Pat, I love your take. I don't mind if anyone in Fantasyland prescribes Pat's take to themselves, especially at a position, and Pat's take is not illogical whatsoever, okay? Because you need to be scouting a good tight end.
I'm not spending up on a tight end for Mark Andrews.
What I need you to do for Pat's take, if you are playing in multiple leagues, so this is from people that are playing in 10-plus leagues, my double-digit plus leagues. I'll even from people playing in 8-plus leagues or 6-plus leagues. Maybe in 2 or 3 or a good portion of your leagues, maybe you do take Andrews and then maybe you hedge that in some of your other leagues. And then maybe you take him in some and you don't take him in others, is what I'm saying. Pat's dropping knowledge and he's not wrong for it.
I expect Bateman and Brown to continue to grow and the return of a running game to shift what we saw from that offense last year.
And hold on, and we're not seeing that grouping work together during the offseason as far as pass catching. So they could be working on something behind the scenes and just not posting it. Who wants to go next? Marco.
Polo.
Go, Mike.
What we were gonna do.
So we talked about Mr. Deebo Samuel being an integral part in that offense, and that coaching staff screws up the running game a lot because you don't know who it's going to be, and that's why Elijah Mitchell is my regression candidate for 2022.
Okay. A sneaky. Hey, that's a sneaky deep sleeper.
I think Sermon could still have a chance because you never know. Ayuk got out of the doghouse a little bit, and you never know. They could draft a late running back that falls and use that person. You have never know with freaking Shanahan.
Or if they pay Deebo, and we don't know if Deebo doing this wasn't a behind-the-scenes thing of hey, yo, do this so that we have a reason to force Jimmy G out. We don't know what's happening. There are multiple angles to that. even in-house conspiracy theories. So very good point there.
By the way, did y'all see the rumor about the Patriots being interested in him? And there was that video he released before he got drafted saying, "Hey, Bill, I'm going to see you soon," or something like that. You know,
interested in who? Debo?
Debo, yes. The Patriots are interested in Debo if they can get him. Maybe I read a rumor about that someone from NFL.com I think said.
Why is Ping blurring his background? Hold on. Hey, I had a hold on. Wait, really quick. Hey, I had a fucking Wall Street level interview yesterday, Zoom style. And I blurred my background just the same. So we ain't even fucking doing that to Pang. I ain't gonna let you hold my man's
It's
pen.
just messy.
He's just trying to draw less suspicion. That's all, you know.
Hey, yo, hold on. Hey, Slip.
Yeah,
Roast the producer of the show, man. Like I want some jokes fired my way. Fuck. Nick Howard says that he is agreeing with you, Mike.
I knew someone would.
So wait, here's what we're gonna do then. So since Nick Howard is agreeing with Mike, go ahead. I'm gonna leave that up for a minute. Screenshot that one for me. Screenshot that Nick's comment. All right. I want to make sure that we get that up on the social media. I want to make sure we get that up on Twitter. We got a person in the chat agreeing with Mike. Who wants to go next? Marco.
I got you, Polo.
Go ahead, Raj.
All right. I'm going with another tight end. My regression candidate for 2022 is going to be Dawson Knox. Okay. So, I was looking at stats earlier. I was actually doing my tight end rankings a couple days ago. And quick shout out to fucking Weddle. I don't know if y'all play Weddle, but I got Bob Tonyan in one guess because I was doing my tight end rankings earlier in the day. But yeah, so Dawson Knox. Easiest way to describe it, he is 2021's Bob Tonyan, player that I mentioned just a couple seconds ago. Now, think about it. He was tied with Pat's pick, Mark Andrews. He's tied for first among tight ends for touchdowns with 9. But when you look at his targets, receptions, and receiving yards, he ranks under Cole Kmet. He's really middle, like kind of just, I want to say 16th to 18th in all of those stats. And the Bills just signed OJ Howard, so he's going to be taking targets from Dawson Knox. I'm not a part of it. I do still have him in a couple of dynasty leagues, and I might take him if he falls to me, like, you know, in the later rounds. But I'm not picking Dawson Knox where many people are going to be taking, or people are expecting him to be taken, because you're gonna find another Dawson Knox this year. You're gonna find another Robert Tonyan this year. It happens every year with tight ends, and I'm not drafting Dawson Knox.
And to Raj's point, with the tight end position, you're if you don't get a top end guy, or if you don't trade for a top end guy in the middle of the season, to kind of what Pat was saying at the beginning. So what Pat and Raj are saying are very deep Rumboyz philosophies at the tight end position. They both really go together and balance each other out. What's crazy is both these analysts haven't worked with each other for very long. And they're both kind of subscribing to similar philosophies. What Raj is saying here is, although you may have found a diamond in the rough, because with the tight end position and in the grouping of what you talk about, it's a 0.3 percentage. So the rest of your roster, let's say you have a roster with Dawson Knox, and let's say that was a championship roster last year in dynasty formats, to what Raj was saying. Or let's say you're getting ready to draft, and the rest of your roster is super built up great. And you're like, I just got to deal in a tight end. I've been waiting on this. It's Dawson Knox. What Raj is saying is, if you're going late tight end, in layman's terms, maybe fade Knox. All right. And I know I've been subscribing to the bank of Knox, but Raj, good call on that. I like that, brother. Thank you.
Also,
Pang,
fuck Leafs. Kittle's not busting, bro. Don't do it.
Pang, go ahead and give us your take, and then we go into Taco. Who's
Michael Pittman
out?
is not my guy this year. I liked a lot of Pittman last year for the value, but I'm not taking a ton of Pittman. He was wide receiver 15 last season somehow. But does it look like he was a wide receiver 15? Do you rank him as a top 15 guy? Not even in fantasy, I don't feel like he did the top 15. And now you get Matt Ryan, who's allegedly a much greater QB than Carson Wentz at this point. And
I just don't see it. People are going to draft this guy in the top 5 rounds. I feel like you're losing value. Maybe 7th round plus, I'd be for it, but not top 5. It makes no sense. I'd rather grab another running back or take a shot on a TJ Hawkins in the 6th. There's just much more. I think he's a PPR guy. We'll see, but who knows? I'm not on Michael Pittman right now. There's been a lot of love for him, and he's a great player overall, but not me for fantasy.
Okay, I like it. Raj, can you check the private chat for me? Taco, go ahead.
I think I'm gonna go a little balls to the wall here, and I'm gonna say Cooper Kupp. Like, what Cooper Kupp did last season was ungodly. Like, I don't think anyone can replicate the numbers that he did. He was averaging 114 yards per game. Like, Jesus Christ, that's insane. And when we look at him, he's 28 years old. You know, he's a great catcher. He's a great route runner. He has great chemistry with Matt Stafford, and that's obviously a big reason for his boost. But they added Allen Robinson this year, who I think is going to be a really sneaky good player. And with having now Matt Stafford with him, I think that you're going to see less going to Cooper Kupp, more balanced attack. Cooper Kupp is still going to get his. Cooper Kupp is still going to be super, super good. But in comparison to what he did last year, he's going to be worse. And comparison to where most people are going to draft him this year, just off the strength of last year, he's going to get overdrafted just because everyone's like, oh, look at what he did last year. He's going to do something similar. And it's like, I mean, not really. You might want to grab someone else that might get more of a volume share.
Yeah, for me, the guy that I have, I'm going to piggyback off of Pang's team in terms of who he chooses, but a different player, though. I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor, to be honest. I think that the league's leading rusher, and frankly, I thought the snub of the MVP of all snubs, he should have gotten it if you asked me over Rodgers. But anyways, I think I will argue this to my grave.
That's fine. You can argue it and you can be wrong, and that's fine. I can't stop you from that.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is America.
I digress. No, we can get into this, but no, it's Jonathan Taylor. Though the thing is, I'm a little hesitant about his offensive line situation. They released Eric Fisher. The injury concerns with Braden Smith, with Quentin Nelson, who are some of their other top tier offensive linemen. It begs to question: is he going to mirror the same level of production that he had last year, where he ran for 1,800 plus yards? Averaged 5.5 yards per carry. I don't see that potentially happening, especially with Matt Ryan coming in too. I think he may, he adds
private chat.
He adds an additional dimension potentially. Like they're going to be more pass heavy, I think, than they were last year with Carson Wentz. So those are some of the reasons why I think that. Plus, on top of that, I mean, he had this explosive year. Maybe defenses are going to start to hone in on finding a way to contain him much more than obviously what they did last year.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna seal up the segment, but before I do seal up the segment, Raj, you want to go ahead and hit everyone with an announcement, bro?
Oh yes, sir. All right, yo. So join the fucking Discord. Join the Rum Cord, ladies and gentlemen. Look, we got shit popping. During the off season, it's a little bit quiet, but once fantasy football season gets going, we are in there every single day, chatting, arguing, making fucking clowns of each other. And I recently just updated it, so now we got constant stream of tweets from Schefter, Rappaport, all of these guys, just NFL news. If you're too lazy to check Twitter, go to the Discord. Just straight updates. We got a Fantasy Pros bot in there. We got a Rumboyz.com bot in there. You'll see every single thing connected to Rumboyz, fantasy football, the NFL, straight in there. And then if y'all want a direct line to Robbie, to everyone that you see on the screen here, go join there and we'll respond to your messages. That's just how we are. And then we also have a new section for the Rumboyz Premium members. Y'all are going to get exclusive access to our bet picks, our parlays, our DFS stuff, everything. So it's a no-brainer. Click that fucking link and join up. That's all I got to tell you.
Hell yeah. Like Raj was saying, especially for all of our premium members, make sure that you guys are diving off in the Discord here lately. We're going to be taking all of our stacks of stuff that we drop. We're going to be dropping those videos. We're going to be dropping like all of like our premium picks and everything. We're going to be making sure that we take care of you guys. Raj, fucking amazing job, brother. I appreciate you. So we're going to make sure we're really going to start pushing that heavy. Just to end the show for me, my pick is actually agreed with Z2. Look out for that Mahomes regression. That
I
Mahomes
don't.
regression is in session. I am telling you. Listen, there
Because
ain't no
Tyreek?
half stepping because of Tyreek, but also we already know that
Bye-bye.
Juju. We already know that Juju cannot handle that double coverage. Now, I don't know what he has been working on during the off season. I don't know what he's been working on coming off that injury. I'm sure it has been something that he has been working on. Until I see more footage, he's put on the size. I'm gonna be honest. He's put on the size. He's looking a lot bigger in the chest, which
Juju is looking huge.
yes, looking huge. So honestly, from a corner standpoint, that does make it harder to jam, and especially in the NFL when I gotta jam you with one hand, and also make sure I'm not giving that outside release. So look for the Mahomes thing to flip flop either way, but I'm letting you know that you need to be looking out for Mahomes regression in fantasy. If you do have Mahomes, load the fuck up on not picks, players that can take you to a championship. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. This has been Rumboyz After Dark. Let's make these fucking sign offs as fast as possible, because if they don't know who you are, well, then they're fucking up. Taco, go.
I'm TDS Taco. You can find me on Twitter. And the big thing I'm looking at right now is Aljamain versus what's his face, Jan. So
Peter Yan.
it's gonna be a good night on Saturday. So I'll be tweeting throughout that.
Yes, sir. I'll be at View House here in Colorado Springs. If you're in Colorado Springs, party with the Rumboyz. When you walk up, let them know that you're partying with the Rumboyz. Go ahead, Raj.
Hey man, yo, go ahead, follow me up on Twitter at FFERaj. Join the fucking Discord. That's all I gotta say. Click that link.
Pang, run it.
Penis at Pix. That's about it.
Didn't expect anything different, honestly.
Pat.
You can find me at St. Patrick FF on Twitter. I'll be trying to drop some more baseball bets and stuff. Biggest tip: if a heavy favorite is down by like 2 runs in the first or second inning, hit on that money line.
Yes.
Bookies are moving on every single fucking pitch. Let them overcorrect.
Ayo, really quick. My young Padawan, I am so proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the beast that I created. I went
3 for 3 today.
Hey Pat, are you watching the Blue Jays Rangers game when you said that?
They won, bro. Blue Jays came back.
Yeah, Blue Jays.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
What was the update?
I did that with the Dodgers game.
Hey, Pat.
I got in at plus 130 on the Dodgers in the 4th inning.
Hey, Pat, that's why you're my little brother, and I love that. Like me and you, we just bonded. Whoever says gambling doesn't bring people together,
They're
look at
lying.
me and Pat. Yeah, look at Pat now.
Look at me and
David.
Pat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like we're degenerates. David, let's go.
Yeah, you can follow me at David G Sports TV, and you can also follow our podcast at the OTH Pod on Twitter as well, where we're breaking down a lot of draft prospects right now. So go check us out right there on Twitter.
Hell yeah. Mike.
Find me at Drop the Mic FF. You'll see me try to do crazy graphics. And because what Roger said earlier, tomorrow morning I will put a monkey knife fight baseball up on the Discord.
Love it.
Hell yes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rumboyz Robbie, aka your girl's heart throbby. If she's watching this show and getting wet, I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, cry me a river if you fucking hating on the game. But listen, we here to change the motherfucking thing. You already know what it is. We changing the whole entire fantasy football biz. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. Motherfucker, what do it do? Dilly, y'all. Let's get it.
Peace.
Peace.